Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the stream. Cloud9 versus Scary Faces. My name's ODPixel, of course. And I am joined by the one, the only. It's Purge. Game 1 was a bit unfortunate. Lots of DCs. Lots of DDoSs. I'm not a huge fan of the old DDoS. Let's hope we can have a bit of a cleaner game this time. Game 2, Cloud9 versus Scary Faces. Cloud9 going with a 1-0 lead. What are they going to do this time? Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Beyond the Summit. This is Star Ladder Season 12. Let's get young Master Purge in on the call. I'm gonna give him an old little tinkle here. Let me just unmute him. There we go. And there he is. He's free. Purge, are you there?
Yep, I'm here. How's it going?
Awesome. Let's go, Purge. Right, let's go. Let's hope for a game that's going to be a little bit smoother. A lot of pauses in that last one. It was a little bit unfortunate. But C9 versus Scary Faces. I wonder if C9 are going to go for similar bans. You talked about the fact that Scary Faces, I mean, they're a team, let's be honest, that... Well, then, I mean, Purge, who are Scary Faces? Can you, you're the knowledgeable guy. Tell me who they are.
I actually don't know anything about this team, to be frank.
See, that's my problem as well. That is my... I looked them up. They've played a bit recently. I've never heard of them. I really haven't. Oh, we're having a pause already. One ban in. That's not a good sign. Oh, wait, no, it was an unpause. There we go. Pause and unpause. Hopefully we're good to go. Talking about banning the cheese, though. C9, they banned the Brood again. First ban. They banned the Night Stalker. So perhaps they've been doing their research. Perhaps SFZ are this team that like to spam pick the Brood and the Night Stalker. To see. And, well, you're banning out the IO. Pretty much a no-brainer against a Big Daddy. But maybe you let him have the IO if they're going to have DC. You know, you got to kind of get in the mindset. You know that they're going to have DC issues. Let him take the IO, and then, you know, good luck trying to micro the IO. I mean, it's... You
just right-click him on your carry here. That's all you got to do, dude.
Yeah.
Press overcharge, right-click him. Once in a while, press bottle. It's fine. No big deal.
That's how you play IO there. That's Purge's guide to IO.
Yes, just...
Chen.
Doesn't take a lot of focus. Chen is going to be the...
No,
okay.
Well, talking about DCing and have to micro that.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's maybe not the best option for the DC. They will have Chen heal regardless, but you know, Chen is a lot more about his creeps than anything else. So I think, I mean, I guess they could still micro it. Just get a bunch of granite golems or something and go push towers and split push and stuff. But I mean, hopefully we don't have any more DDoS issues. Fingers crossed. It didn't end up affecting the last game at least. So that's some wasted money right there. We wasted $6 of the DDoSers' wallet, guys. Congratulations.
That is true. That is true. Whatever they were trying to achieve, it didn't work out because C9 won, and it was a game that always looked like C9, of course, did have the control. Maybe if C9 went on to lose that, we would have had a little bit more of a hoo-ha and a bit of an uproar, but it didn't happen at the end of the day. C9, of course, did take that first game. First pick now for SFC. Come on, let's see something funky. Let's see something fun. They picked up a Chen. There we go.
All right.
Earthshaker, and then straight into the sniper. Picking up the sniper. Choice. Whoa, I mean, Purge, come on. Let's break this down. Why is Sniper so damn strong right now? Is it just the shrapnel? Is it the shrapnel?
It's not just shrapnel. It's shrapnel and headshot and Mask of Madness being really amazing. I mean, Mask of Madness hasn't really changed very much in a while, but people are really starting to value just how much damage it does, especially if you can... I mean, Mask of Madness is amazing if they don't attack you while you use it. And that's where Sniper becomes so strong, because you drop a shrapnel, you get a couple headshots, and then you're just plinking away for a 1900 gold item with 100 attack speed, which just synergizes so well with headshots. So, like, the hero's just really good at keeping people away from you, unless they're Clockwork.
Okay, yeah, as you said, Clockwork picked up straight in response. And Clockwork, I mean, we're talking about him good against the Sniper. Against the Earthshaker, get off the battery assault, and Purge, correct me if I'm wrong, but if you're on your own, you can't cast a single one of your spells, can you?
If Earthshaker versus Clock, no. It's really rough. It's a great Earthshaker counter. In fact, it beats a lot of support heroes. If you can force them to be in the cogs with you, you usually got a kill. So I think we could see some cool things coming out of Clockwork. His hooks are going to be really important. Catching the supports, catching Sniper on top of you is really important. And him not feeding too much is also pretty important, because you want to make sure that you can still guarantee those solo kills and be a good teamfight disruptor. So it's going to be a very important Clock game.
Yeah, indeed. We'll see if he's able to land these good old hook shots. And, well, the bans on the Venge, get rid of the troll. Again, talking about the fact that Sniper with a slow on the headshots, nothing nicer than a nice battle chance from an old troll to help you get those off. Not going to be the case this game as he gets removed from the pool. Storm Spirit as well going to be banned out. I guess one of those heroes in the mid lane. And once you hit 6, Sniper's not going to have a nice time trying to find farm. And Slark as well works in the same way, that you're going to be up in the grill of Sniper, and Sniper's not going to be able to do a huge amount once you've shadow danced.
Yeah, he's got to be really careful about those kind of heroes, especially limits the items you can build. Like I said about Mask of Madness, it works best if they're not attacking you, but if they can gap close like a Storm and a Slark can, then the item stops being useful, and then it forces you to adjust your item a little bit, and it's maybe not as strong. I do kind of like Sniper versus Chen, though. It's going to allow them to do a lot of damage to the creeps and slow them down. They'll be harder to use, but as long as they have auras, I think they'll still be able to kick out some helpfulness from Chen attack speed, maybe some damage auras. Armor is really good as well against Sniper, so I'd like to see stuff like that. And then Cloud9 surprisingly banning the pushing heroes, which I kind of confuses me slightly because it might have been good for Cloud9, but I guess they're not expecting it to draft it themselves. They're more worried about scary faces, going for more cheese stuff, damage auras, troll attack speed, all that good stuff. So especially with Sniper, I think that would be... I don't think I've ever seen that combo actually in a pub game, Sniper with troll. I always see like troll with other carries, but I imagine Sniper with troll ulti would be just stupidly scary. So I think it's a smart ban here by Cloud9.
Indeed. Look at Cloud9, how they played in the last game. I mean, already a hero. I mean, the PL, actually, I guess there's an Earthshaker. That's always an issue. And actually, now with Disruptor, you definitely don't want to be picking PL into that. So now with the Disruptor, they're starting to form a little bit of a team fight with the sense of the Earthshaker as well, manning up. And Disruptor picking it up as the third pick. Do you think C9, how are they going to react to that? Do they suddenly need to be picking certain heroes that don't rely on certain escape mechanisms? That they're going to pick the Rubik in response? I guess that's pretty good when there's a Disruptor and Earthshaker in the game, isn't it?
Yeah, it's going to be good there. I don't know what they're going to go for their last pick, though. 2 supports, they need an off lane, and they need a... Do you think Sniper's going to be mid? Probably Sniper mid. People are still doing that, right?
So. Yeah, I think, just the fact with the Shrapnel, you're able to zone someone out the lane so nicely and really control how well they're able to farm. And I think as well, that's why they banned out this Storm as well, just for the fact that Storm against the Sniper can do fairly well once he gets to level 6. But at the start, Sniper should be able to deal with the Storm.
Yeah, you can solo kill Storm many times when you're playing Sniper versus Storm. If you just get 1 or 2 lucky headshots during the Shrapnel chase, well, you still have a lot of Shrapnels, you can easily get a kill. It gets a little tricky once you go high ground, but in most cases, Sniper can definitely kill the Storm first if you're playing correctly. So I kind of like Sniper versus Storm because it's like a balanced matchup, but you can win the lane, but he wins late game if he gets 2 ahead. But it's definitely not something you want to chance the game on, because if the Storm does get ahead, then your Sniper is just shut down for the rest of the game, and your OP pick in the first phase is just not doing anything.
Yeah, I think, in terms of picking heroes against the Sniper, they've got to be careful, because the Sniper, I mean, we look at the Clockwork, they've got the Rubik as well. Obviously very nice with the Clockwork, being able to catch someone in the cogs, lift them up, get them on the outside, force them in the direction you want to try and take the fight on. Bristleback now picked up as your 4th pick, and with a Sniper, a hero that you don't want to be getting in the face of someone, you get someone like the Bristleback on the front lines, charging headfirst in there. Anyone wants to try and take a fight on the Bristle, you got Disruptor backing him up, you got Earthshaker throwing in the fishes and looking for the jump in as well, and also with the Nasal Goo, giving a lot of chance to chase heroes down, and that's going to be an issue as well for the Chen army. Once the Quill Sprays are coming out, Chen's going to have to get the hell out with his gang.
Yeah, they're fairly tanky, so they'll survive by quite a bit. And Chen has gotten some buffs to the overall amount that he gives his creeps to this Holy Persuasion. But I just really like the Scary Faces drafts. Both games, they've been really good, I feel. Sniper with Earthshaker is great. You've got stunning to if basically the counter to Sniper is if people run at Sniper. So if you can stun them before they get there, you're in a nice place. You can block off, you can create space between your opponents and Sniper, which is what he wants. And Bristleback does the same thing. He's going to be up in the melee range, attracting damage, attracting hook shots, taking stuns that aren't going to be then used for Sniper. It's a very important principle that you have something tanky when you have something squishy. So Bristleback's really nice in this case. They still have to worry about the Clockwork here. But again, we have Glimpse that can send the Clockwork back if he ever does go too deep. The only thing Cloud9's really missing here is damage at this point. They have essentially very little. It's Clockwork, Battery Assault damage. Rubik has moderate damage, and Puck has potentially high damage if he gets a Dagon. But they need a carry that's going to hit really hard. So Naga is going to be the ban, actually, which is a little interesting. I haven't seen anybody pick Naga in a bit, but the last pick is going to be for Eternal Envy here, and we'll see what it does.
Yeah, banning out the Knight, as you said, a hero that we haven't seen too much recently. And interestingly enough, last game Scary Faces banned out the Morphling. So that was a hero that they were scared that perhaps he was going to pick up. And maybe a Morphling in this game wouldn't be too awful, I guess. Obviously, the Bristleback, not
good.
Great.
It's not good against Disruptor is the issue. Because that hero silences and can cancel his mobility that he uses to escape. It could be picked, though. It's okay versus Sniper. I would say if you can get on top of Sniper, you'll probably have more damage than him. But once you're on top of him, you're screwed unless you have an ulti set up. So I wouldn't say Morphling is the best hero for Cloud9's favor here. Maybe there's something better, but I'm not sure.
Yeah, and last 10 seconds now for SFZ. What they're going to pick up now is their final pick. They still need that mid hero, and they're going to go for the Zeus. Okay, I mean, what would you think about that, picking that up at this stage against the lineup of Cloud9?
Lightning synergy, man. Pretty good. Now, more importantly, that you can disable Blink Daggers with Static Field. It's very common. The range on Static Field is 1200, so whenever you cast a spell, anybody in that range is going to take damage. So that part's kind of cool. Versus a Puck, I would say Zeus is okay because you can guarantee land your disables. He'll phase shift them sometimes, but you just time your abilities a bit after. As long as you're targeting him directly, you will hit him. So the downside is that if he gets silenced, Zeus is a bit limited, but I feel like Zeus is going to be fine in the lane. In the mid game, he does a ton of damage. They will have the Rubik's null field to reflect or at least stop some of that damage, but as a whole, null field is a bit underwhelming. But it might be, I think it's Misery that plays the Rubik, so I don't know, maybe he's going to do another amazing game and just get stupid amounts of levels and be really high impact. I'm not quite sure yet, but I think Zeus is okay. It's good damage. It's really good at reducing the HP that Chen creeps. That's really important. Static Field does a percentage of your total HP, so things with high HP will take a lot of damage from it. So good against Chen. Overall good damage. He's got to be careful about Clockwork, but if he gets a 4-staff or something, he'll be fine. So I really like the Scary Faces draft. I think they're drafting really good. Just in the last game, C9 outplayed them. We'll see if something repeats like that.
Yeah, I think, draft-wise, looking at it so far at least, Scary Faces have definitely got the means to deal with Cloud9. But that's how it looked in the first draft. And then, Cloud9 threw a bit of a spanner into the works with their final pick, with that Position 1 EE selection. 50 seconds now left. They're going to think about this one. They want to take their time with it. It is going to have to be a hero that if they're going to run this tri-lane and obviously put Chen in the jungle, is going to be just left alone with the Rubik, which I guess is going to be fine because Rubik are very, very strong lane support. And against a Bristleback, I guess is going to do all right in the sense that it's always going to have that telekinesis to hold him back. And, well, it's going to be Eternal Envy on the anti-mage. Okay. And against a Zeus and a Disruptor, two heroes with fairly big mana pools. I mean, do you think it's a sensible pick out? You got to be careful of the Static Storm and Disruptor catching you out. Other than that, though, the Earthshaker with the Fisher, but Sniper, Zeus, and Bristleback, as long as you got the Blink, you're going to be out of there, aren't you?
Yeah, so it has some issues here. It's not the perfect pick, but it has some benefits that Eternal Envy can exploit. He's got to be careful about Disruptor ganks. If Disruptor has a really good game, gets an early level 6, AM has to be really worried about getting ganked. But if it's pre that, if he evades the ganks, things like that, then he'll be okay. Because once he's initiated, once he gets a BKB, he doesn't have to fear very much. And like you said, Zeus is not going to do that much damage. Zeus has a big mana pool that he can mana void on top of. Bristleback is similar here. Actually has a really high int gain. His mana pool in the mid to late game will be quite high, so you can drain mana, get big ultis off, Disruptor, low armor. And then the benefit against Sniper, he can jump right on top of him. So Sniper is going to have to be really careful. And we'll probably see an Abyssal Blade later from E, which will help him lock that hero down. That's another option. Earthshaker is a little scary as well because he has stuns, but the same principle applies. If he has a Manta style or if he has a BKB, Earthshaker is absolutely food. So I think that the AM pick, the only thing he really has to be concerned about is Disruptor, especially in the early to mid game before he gets all his big items up. And he's going to have to get a BKB at some point unless he's stupidly far ahead. So I think that the pick here again, the last pick, I'm surprised why they got last pick it was technically first pick. I'm surprised they got first pick 2 games in a row here. Usually that stuff alternates. But this is the advantage that it gives you. You say, okay, I can guarantee that I pick the carry that I want or the mid that I want. That way I don't have to worry about being hard countered by the other heroes that they pick. So yeah, I think it's a good draft from Cloud9. They just have to delay the game very similar to the last game until E is ready to own. So
Yeah, I guess essentially it's a similar hero to the playstyle of the PL. You get your core items, you're going to be able to safely farm up, and then once your team needs you, once the fight starts to go badly, you're able to jump in, join the fight, and you're going to be able to offer a lot. And playing against heroes, as you're saying, like the Bristleback, who's almost certainly going to be one of those heroes that at the end of every fight, he is going to have pretty much an empty mana pool. So there's always going to be the burst damage potential with that. Obviously, with the blink as well, you're always going to be able to get yourself in position to ensure that none of the damage is blocked by the passive. Unless Bristleback's a little bit of a dancer and is good with the old twists and turns. And, well, it looks like we're taking time to load in. I don't know if the game's been paused, but C9 perhaps having some more issues. It is No Tail. He is one of them that's not picked up the hero, and he was one of them in the last game. He's pretty much, I think he gave up on reconnecting in the last game, didn't he? He didn't come back on the Zeus.
We might actually have a remake going on, because if you open the chat, there's been a billion disconnects, which is why we're still sitting here and wondering what's going on.
Okay, should we get ourselves out and in then?
Why don't you check the Skype log just to make sure?
Skype log. Nothing's being said. Nothing is being said in the Skype at the moment.
I'm gonna assume that there was a remake.
Yeah, you gonna DC?
I'm gonna go.
You gonna go for it?
I'm doing it.
Go for it, Purge. Hey, is there another lobby? Are we safe?
There is.
We're fine.
They're just waiting for us, I think.
Good job. Right, you saved
Hold on 1 second.
esports. There we go. Yeah, nice. Oh man, what? The Ukrainians took slot 1. Wow.
Oh man, our social media gains, they're less now. What are we gonna do?
Down to broadcast channel 2. What a day for BTS. Oh, disaster. Well, no, we're just going to have a quick second, apparently. Hopefully, I mean, that's not a good start to the game. We had a pause at the beginning of the draft, and then we had to remake. So, well. Oh, looks like they might have restarted already, and someone missed it. Maybe. I don't know. Someone else missed it. It should be fine. It wasn't us, at least. There we go. Finding server. We're into the game. The game is loading back. Ladies and gentlemen on Twitch chat, I do apologise for this, but there's not a lot that we can do, I'm afraid. Not a lot at all. Here we go. Oh, looks like we're gonna redo it in captain's mode for record's sake. So we're gonna have a very quick draft, hopefully.
Hopefully some cool bands.
Yes. Oh, and a pause straight away. Okay, no, we're good. The unpause as well. All right, let's have a look. Let's see what kind of bands we're gonna throw into the mix today.
It's the best part when you're trying to remember what you drafted for your team, because people often don't remember. Like the captain will be like, yo, what did I pick last game? I don't remember. And you have to like sit there with your team and like really figure it out. It's the best thing.
Oh, they're keeping the band safe. They're not throwing it up with anything. What a letdown.
No kidding.
They're even
it's
picking
good
an
for
order.
posterity's sake though, because if you think about like tracking or people that write articles about it, it's good to have all the accurate stuff.
Yeah, that's true. I guess they do want to try and keep it as close or as normal as possible. Yeah, so there's not any anomalies thrown into the mix. And
they messed it up. Naga Siren was not banned there. Is Naga Siren in one other hero? Man, I don't even remember. My brain is not good for remembering these kinds of
they're doing it
things.
in a different order, definitely. Was Venge even banned out by Cloud9? Did they ban the Venge?
I believe it was, because they were banning pushing heroes, basically. I believe. Chaos Knight was definitely not banned last time. That's for sure. I think that one's safe to make the call for.
We would have noticed that one. Yeah, I think so.
You know, I really like the Rubik pick here because there's an Earthshaker. Fissure is just like godly to have when you're playing Rubik. It's the best.
Oh, that instant cast time. It's beautiful.
The instant cast time at that rate, especially if you get a Blink Dagger, you're talking about like, it's basically like a power shot that's a fissure if you have a Blink Dagger. It's amazing. You just guarantee a stun. You're like, anything's going on, I'm going to drop some rocks, you know?
Yeah.
It's really nice.
And just the mana pull, I guess, with the Rubik compared to the Yes, you can just do a lot more of it. You're going to have it backed really up every time. Well, there we go. Let's hope we actually get ourselves into the match now. Come on.
My fingers are crossed.
Big Daddy's in. We've got Big Daddy in. He's the one we're worried about the most. We're still
Hopefully
missing
the team's
Fatra and Bone 7.
Going over who's buying what items.
Yes.
What their first strategy is, where they're placing wards, blocking camps or not blocking camps. Bone 7, please.
Come on. You can do this.
You know, I'd rather stare at the Dota map than staring at the picking screen, I believe. I think that's more enjoyable to me. So I'm really hoping that we get paused in the game rather than here forever if things go. But maybe they're going to spite DDoS, be like, you assholes lost me rares that I tried to steal. Therefore, I'm going to ruin your life. Maybe that's what's happening. Maybe there was some like DDoS that failed like 3 months ago or 8 months ago. And now they're just on a tirade.
Maybe.
Here's
Purge,
a pick though. They're moving.
do
They're all
you
moving.
know something that we don't? I mean, Purge here with the
It's me the whole
the
time,
inside
guys.
information.
What
It's
do you
all
guys think I
Purge.
stopped casting?
Purge in his botnet. Disgusting. That's what he does with all the tutorial money. Builds up this massive army of computers to take down competitive games. But anyway, we're into the match. Let's see what we've got going on. C9 versus SFZ. This is the second game of the best of 3. C9 going into it with a 1-game lead. This is game 2. I'm ODPixel. I'm joined here by Purge, aka Purge Gamers. What is going on? Let's have a look. The Radiant side. We're going to have Eknart on the support, Earthshaker Zeus being played by Clutcher. At the moment, both on the top lane. Maybe we're going to see dual lanes come out here. Stake 2-1 on the mid lane Sniper. Down here, we're going to have Disruptor being played by Shadowware and Crewista on the position 1 Bristleback. Purge, what do you think about that? And also, what is going on over the side of the Dire, my friend?
One position Bristleback is fine. He'll probably just grab maybe a Vanguard, possibly a fast mech, but his first damage item will probably be a Sanjin Yasha. And it's actually not bad. Bristol's a decent carry, actually, because Warpath really increases the amount of right-click damage that you do. So as long as you have decent mobility, you can chase people down. You're actually hitting quite hard. It's going to be a little tough dealing with Clockwork Cogs in the fight, but I think it'll be okay.
Okay, and well, talking about the Clockwork, there's going to be a little bit of a scuffle here at the bottom rune. Few taps
He's
on the
got to
back.
back out.
Yeah.
Got to worry about the cogs. He doesn't want to get shot off to a cliff somewhere, and then that'll force him to use at least 2 tangos, and that's actually a lot of damage if you think about how much regen that would have been. So just let him get the bounty. It's a little bit safer. They're actually doing dual lanes here. Maybe. We'll see what the Earthshaker does. At first he blocked the top camp, I assume, or the top push, which is going to guarantee Zeus gets more experience. And now it looks like he will go back up there. So they're going to continue to keep the waves close to Zeus. It'll guarantee him some levels, and he can just spam out the waves. It'll hurt E's farm just a little bit, but more importantly, get levels and gold for the Zeus.
Yeah, so it's an interesting kind of turnaround here, and yeah, trying to harm E's farm. I mean, looking at their draft and looking at the names, oh, unlucky there with a Fisher. Maybe it was
really close. He could have died there.
More. Yeah, I mean, the trap was there, connected with the wall. He went for it, Eknart, but he just didn't get it.
I don't think the Zeus could kill him 1v1, but it could have hurt a lot of regen from Misery, so it would have been a good move if possible. Let's see what No Tail's doing. Looks like he's picking up a little bit of stacks here. He's got a Centaur, which isn't the best farming creep, but he will be able to clear these, and he's not getting Mud Golems, which is not too bad for him. So probably just farm for now. We'll see if he ganks later. He does not have a smoke yet, so maybe not a gank for a while.
Yeah, mid lane, looking at the puck versus the snipers so far. SFZ State 21 with a little bit of a lead, and is going to be able to continue to be very annoying to play against with the old shrapnel and the headshots coming out, of course, in the jungle. Shadow, we're trying to zone out Bone 7, who's actually kind of left the lane for the time being, and maybe he's going to hang around for the 2-minute rune, but that's quite a fair bit of time that he's out of lane for here.
Yeah, he was messing up the pull, actually. So he accomplished a decent amount. Got one of those range creeps. Look at the range creep stack now, because it ran back to the camp. So he's going to be able to guarantee that he gets experience at the tower now, because there's no way that Quista here can stop the range creep. So he's going to grab the rune, and then he's going to go shift over to the tower to get some more levels. Grabs a haste rune. Might be able to get a kill with this. He doesn't have battery assault, though. This is the issue. He won't be able to dive the sniper as well as he might want to, so I think he's just going to have to go back. He's actually really sitting on this, maybe waiting for Fada to come get it. Finally gets it. I'm surprised he waited so long. Maybe he's looking for an opportunity mid to potentially swing up and get a kill.
Yeah, perhaps. I mean, he's going to come in and give a little bit of a slap to Questa. And he's going to have this creep wave here to clear out in his own safety. And looking at the CS so far, Quista and EE keeping pretty much toe-and-toe. Eternal Envy getting caught by a Fisher. Blink actually not available for 7 seconds here. Could be in a bit of trouble. He's going to take a fair bit of damage. 4 seconds to the blink. EE, he's going to eat his way through the tree line. Has got the blink now again, but that was a bit of a close call there for Eternal Envy.
Yeah, they're doing a great job considering their heroes here. Ooh, he's going to go for the Fissure. Will he be able to catch E? Here it comes. Oh! Ooh, the lift. Throws him back. Will he still Fissure? He will. He gets him. Oh my God.
Wow, the game sense. He knew exactly where he was going to be hanging around. I guess just knew that he wouldn't be going back to base and would be looking to hang around for the XP in lane. And what a first blood purge.
Yeah, no kidding. If he would have been a little bit more scared there, he could have tangoed a little bit closer into the trees and maybe survived there, but that was just really good game sense from the Earthshaker, and definitely worth the clarity to chance that kill. Because now he's first blood of the enemy carry. That hurts EE's farm. That gives him a big advantage. Like, look at his gold now. He's 739 gold as a support Earthshaker is level 3 from that. He's gonna be able to get Arcanes or Soul Ring stupidly fast and just move around the map, fissuring every time it's off cooldown, more or less.
Oh,
like,
wow.
really big advantage going to Earthshaker here.
I mean, the fact that as well, EE was kind of playing a bit of a poker face there in the sense that they knew that the Earthshaker was going to attempt the Fissure because the telekinesis caught out the first one. And maybe that was the cue for EE to get out of there. But he didn't, and maybe just hoping that Earthshaker would give up and think, oh, okay, no, EE's gone. But yeah, just outplaying him there. Really, really well done. And yeah, as you said, if they do get the mana boots online, when 200 gold fairly shortly on Eknart, the Zeus spam is going to be pretty real, along with the fishes, and it's going to be even harder for EE to farm, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a double the mana. It not only gets Earthshaker mana, but gives a little bit extra to Zeus. So you're right, Zeus will be able to cast more spells. It's going to lower EE's HP a little bit faster. It'll be a big issue if he gets Arcanes. I mean, there's also the chance as well that he's going to Mega Greed and be like, I'm going to get a Blink Dagger stupidly fast. But I think this might be the right game to get a fast Arcane Boots. Or Soul Ring. Maybe Soul Ring's the right item, actually, against an Anti-Mage, because then your max mana pool is lower.
Okay.
So the AM ulti won't do as much. So maybe it's a Soul Ring game instead. Hard to say.
Yeah, I mean, I guess either way, with the Soul Ring picked up, the spam's going to still be real because Zeus himself has also got the Soul Ring complete. Just needs to get that recipe out to him in the lane. And mid lane still, Sniper starting to break away from Fata. 15 against the 10 CS of the Puck. I mean, I guess in terms of farming, the Sniper's going to come out on top. In terms of getting a kill, Puck could try and catch the Sniper out, couldn't he?
Yeah, it could go both ways, though. I mean, if Fata makes a mistake, he could also die. So, but Fata's a very good Puck player. I doubt that he'll die. It's possible, but like if he uses his orb to farm, and then the Sniper says, "Oh, it's time to go," then he goes on a Fata. All Fata has is a 0.75 second phase shift, which is very, very little. And Puck's armor is pretty low, and his attack animation is not nearly as good as Sniper's, nor is his projectile fast. So it's definitely a scary matchup. On the bright side, Puck has a lot more base damage, and plus he has a lot more damage items here picked up. So there's a possibility of Puck dying, but if the Sniper continues to do a good job and keep Fata's HP around half, then there's no way that Puck can even chance it unless there's a gank. So I think the Sniper's playing it really well right now.
Yeah, I mean, perhaps we'll see the lane turn around a little bit when Puck's able to pick up the bottle. Did start off with that Null Talisman. He's got enough for the bottle pretty much coming around the corner, and that's going to be on his way down to him. And yeah, maybe with the bottle, we'll see him play a little bit more aggressive, try and zone Sniper back from the lane. And he will obviously be able to hold superior control of the runes as well, especially with Bone 7 rotating now and again to the bottom rune spot if Puck heads for the top one. C9 are going to be able to have that under their belt. And we're back underway. Big Daddy No Tail. Internet
looks like a
has been
gank
sorted.
preparing. As soon as this large camp goes away, we'll probably see a
All
smoke
up bottom
coming
lane.
from him.
Bone 7, he could be in trouble here.
Ooh, he's got an 8-stick. He's so fine.
Oh, okay, yeah.
So fine. Yeah, you gotta watch those sticks. It's difficult to do sometimes when you're playing. I do the same issue. I don't click on items enough, but an 8-stick means he was guaranteed he was gonna have no issue at all surviving there if he really felt the danger. I thought we'd see a gank here, but I guess not. It's just Rubik roaming over. Gonna spot some bristleback illusions.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, the side of SFZ, they're going to be totally aware of this happening, so it's going to be hard for Rubik to really do anything. I guess, Dream Coil's not even online yet for Fata. He's only halfway through level 5. Maybe with the Dream Coil initiation, they could have held Sniper in place for long enough to get the follow-up telekinesis. Top lane, though, Misery and Daddy, they're going to try something here. And with Bone 7 as well, seeing if you can perhaps get a cogs onto this bristleback. And there we go. There's your cogs. Telekinesis, it is available. It's going to pick up Bristle, toss him onto their side of the cogs. The cogs are actually gone, but it doesn't matter. There's your troll trap. There's the right clicks. And Chen going to be able to find the last touch there. And nice rotation at the end of the day from Misery and Big Daddy, and perhaps one that SFC weren't aware of after they saw Rubik in the mid lane. Yeah,
and a really interesting skill build on Big Daddy here. If you take a look at his skill build, he went 1-1-2 He actually grabbed an early level penitence. Nobody's grabbing this skill right now. They're still maxing Test of Faith. But it's actually a pretty good value point. If you look at the scaling here, you're getting 14 of the 26% of the bonus damage coming from this skill. So an interesting skill build here. But I think there's some value in this. If you're just going for the bonus damage, 14% is not terrible for one skill point. So he'll probably leave this at 1, I'm guessing, and then max out Test of Faith.
Oh, bottom lane. Bone 7. He hasn't got those stick charges this time, and that's going to be a kill there for Quista. Just giving the old rundown. And nice kill indeed, 245 gold going towards the Bristle. He's hit level 6 now as well. And Clock's still sitting on level 5. Though. Oh yeah, here comes the wraparound. Misery and Big Daddy, they want to try and find a kill in return. Down goes the party ring, and maybe Quista can turn it around. He's taking a fair bit of damage from the creeps from Big Daddy, and Quista now in trouble. Can he stay alive long enough to see the kill onto Misery? Yes, he can. He has got a bolt charge as well, and here's the TP in from Clutcher. He's come to help out, and Big Daddy, he fights the kill onto Bristleback. That's a double kill there for Big Daddy No Tail. And Bone 7, he's got a hook shot as well. He should be able to find the kill on Clutcher. There's the hook shot. There's your cogs. And that's going to be a dead Zeus. And all in all, a bit of a messy team fight of such. I think it ended up being a 3-for-2 trade, wasn't it? Let's have a look. Yeah, 3-for-2. 3-for-2. According to the fight recap, at least. It can be a bit hit and miss.
Okay. Yeah, that was great, I think. Really good fight there for C9. Really big on No Tail to get the kill before he got picked off. I thought he was super dead, but grabbed the Bristleback kill, so he got extra experience there. That actually put him almost to level 6 as well. That's the important part. So rather than coming to gank here and not getting experience out of this, he gets a bunch of kills, and he's able to almost hit 6.
Oh, mid lane.
So really nice play.
Talking about a bunch of kills. He tries to go for Farta, but the ball charge in the face shift. Farta's going to live. And Misery does help them pick down the sniper. Oh, Misery! He walks next to Puck with the Thunder Strike and ends up killing him. Static Storm comes down. Shadowware, it's the double kills of the supports this game as Disruptor shortly after Big Daddy on the Gen finds one. Rubik, he just walked next to Farge and said, mate, have some of this. And I don't know what was going through their heads there. Yeah.
It's hard to think about that. It's very rare that a level 1 Thunderstrike, and it's always level 1 at this point, will be that big of a threat. You don't think about it in terms of the AoE damage, but a bit of a mistake there, absent-mindedness coming out of Misery, and it results in Puck dying, and then that experience boost that he got from the Puck kill got him level 6, which guaranteed the Misery.
Top lane, Quista, here comes the gang. Big Daddy says, we're ready for you, my friend. There's the telekinesis. Quista, maybe thinking he could have found a kill onto Misery. They managed to bait him in, get the Bristleback playing aggressive, but the wraparounds there. And EE as well just managed to find that kill using the ultimate. And that's going to help him on his way to the Battle Fury. And second CS on the board as well. Eternal Envy, he's not doing too bad 8 minutes in. And that's his Treads now picked up as well. Treads and the Ring of Health. He's going to be able to clear some of the camps if needed. But, I mean, for the time being, Big Daddy, he's keeping good control of the jungle. That's not going to be happening anytime soon. Haste Rune is going to be the bag-seed up by the Puck. Oh, no, we've got to pause. We've got to pause from Bone 7. What's the issue now? More internet connections.
He's doing quite well. He's got an 8-stick. He's got 1,000 gold. Might see... Is this the game for the Blade Mail Rush? I don't know if it is. Ooh, looks like he... Oh, no way. A pause? DDoS?
Yeah.
First time today.
He's going to restart his IP. I mean, I guess that means he's going to change it.
Can you do that?
I'll be honest, I'm not too, down with the kids in terms of all this IP nonsense, but I imagine that's what he's going to be doing in the sense of restarting IP. I mean, if it doesn't change it, I guess it at least kicks off the people trying to target you. But I mean, C9 at the moment, they seem to be having a lot of trouble with whatever's going on.
Yeah.
It's not getting any better, that's for sure.
They're playing pretty well though. 6-6 right now. I feel like their laning setup wasn't nearly as great as it was in the last game, and Earthshaker especially makes that tough because it guarantees your offlane is going to get so much experience. So you can't just shut them down with good tri-lane principles. They're pretty much guaranteed to get the levels in the farm that they want. And Zeus himself has 1,200 gold and a soul ring, so he's got 29 CS, which is pretty good for offlane. And most importantly, he's got the levels. He's level 6 already. He's gonna be able to throw out Thunder God's Wrath. So definitely very good for them. They're still gonna have trouble with AIM. Remember we talked about Disruptor being a danger? Well, with that triple kill, Disruptor's already level 6. and he's got 3 levels and glimpse. He's almost got 4 levels, which means his ability to catch anti-mage after anti-mage blinks is really good right now. You just got to get close enough that as anti-mage blinks, he can still glimpse him back. And if you can do that, you have a potentially dead AM. You're going to need probably Sniper, Zeus, or Bristleback there in addition to Disruptor, and that's the only hard part. You will need a big damage source. Probably not Zeus, though. I would probably bring Bristle or Sniper, that because Zeus can still ulti and do a bit of damage after reduction. So I don't know. AM's got to be careful here. He's really far away from any kind of survivability, and Disruptor got a fast 6 because that double kill mid.
Okay, and one thing I want to ask you about as well is if we look at the Earthshaker, in terms of his choice of boots, did go for the Tranquils. Now, is this because he's playing against an anti-mage, or is it because he's got the Soul Ring and getting the mana boots and the Soul Ring on top of each other would just be a little bit overkill, and the extra movement speed and the potential for ganking is just the best priority at this point?
I think there's been a lot of people finding more and more value in Tranquil Soul Ring on supports. Yep. I mean, we first started seeing the trend maybe around when Ogre got popular because that hero had stupid amount of armor, so throwing 4 armor on top of that was even better. And it's not like Ogre really needed regen that bad. He's got high base regen, but the strength is that your HP is always going to be topped off no matter what happens because Tranquil will quickly regen you after battles and fights and skirmishes. But most importantly, you've got 4 armor. 4 armor is not to be underestimated. It's not that expensive. It's an easy boot upgrade, and especially in Earthshaker's example here, again, he doesn't have to worry about max HP issues. AM can't just ulti his team for a huge amount of damage. The amount of mana that you gain from Soul Ring over time is actually far superior to a Arcane Boots. Arcane Boots only gives you 100 mana every 60 or 55 seconds or whatever. Soul Ring gives you 150 every 30. It's like 3 times the mana actually if you do the math on that. Not to mention it gives you HP regen. Downside is it's an item slot. But if you get Tranquils anyways, you're survivable, you've got HP regen. It covers a lot of different bases that Arcane's doesn't. I think for new players, Arcane's is far easier. But for a high-skilled player that's casting a lot more spells, Soul Ring can really give you a lot more benefit. And the Tranquils, the 4 armor makes you so much harder to kill for the enemy carry.
I guess, yeah. And I guess you do have to take into account the fact that obviously with mana boots, you talk about the worth of it in terms of mana gains. If you're with obviously your teammates, there's going to be a lot more mana gain than one Soul Ring essentially. But you need to be, as you said, hitting those mana boots every time you're with a partner. And at the moment, really, SFC, they've not really been going out in pairs, really. It's been Earthshaker kind of rotating around. It's been Zeus just kind of TPing in, responding to aggression and ganks coming out from C9. So, yeah, I think, the Soul Ring Tranquils, it certainly makes sense. And, yeah, the armor's going to be very nice, of course, from Big Daddy coming in with the creep army, with all those the physical damage coming in at this point of the game against a hero like Earthshaker. And the pause still going on. Come on, 6-6, 8 minutes in. I reckon our second best of 3 today is possibly going to be a little bit later if this series is anything to go by. I guess well, I was going to say perhaps C9 will be able to take it 2-0, but SFC, this game, I think they've certainly got a better shot this match than they did game.
Yeah, I think so too. The early laning stage started off better. They're not as reliant on the Huskar starting fights. They have a sniper who's arguably OP right now. Can definitely do some annoying things, especially against the C9 lineup. It pretty much hinges on whether or not they can burst down the sniper or catch the sniper at the start with Puck and the Clockwork. Those 2 heroes are really, really crucial. If they can jump on crucial heroes on SFZ, I think the C9 fights will go well. So it's very much down to Fada and Bone 7 here, I think, to see how well Cloud9 can win fights.
Yeah, I mean, it's always not too great playing up a sniper against an anti-mage. If the anti-mage gets the farm, and yeah, as you said, if C9 get the jump onto SFC, unless the response is there very timely from the kind of the Earthshake and the Disruptor throwing their hand into the team fight, it's going to be a hard fight for C9 if their cores do get caught out. And, well, we're finally seeing the reconnect now from Fata. He's recovered after getting over the fact that Misery did get him killed earlier on. And now the G is called, and we're finally good to go. And he's apparently, they're rotating the turns to get DDoS. And we should be good to go. And, well, I guess this is one of the pluses playing as a team like SFC. Yeah, we might not know them, but, I mean, they're the team that aren't getting DDoS'd at this point. So there's a little bit of...
pretty focused.
Yeah, being the underdogs. It's a bit of a bonus. Hey,
well, we get to play Dota.
Oh, boy. Well, let's see how long we can last before we get hit by another pause-a-thon. So, bottom lane, trying to find some XP in the jungle. Big Daddy No Tail and Misery. Level 6 now on this Rubik, and the Inner Shadows picked up as well. So definitely going to be looking for some action, some rotation. Big Daddy.
I love early earn on supports. It's just so good. It's more expensive than a bracer, but it gives you as much HP. The little trickle of mana regen is really nice as well. It's easier to build up than an arcane boots. I just love this on a support, and not to mention the amount of sieging it.
Oh, mid lane.
Initiation mid.
Oh yeah, Bone 7. He gets dragged back. He gets stormed out. He gets party ring down. That's a kill and a half.
That was first Disruptor ulti, other than the one that got them a double kill. And now the ganks are going to continue. It's really pretty much on Disruptor's shoulders right now to just stomp the game at this point, or at least set up a lot of kills. He's 4-1 though. He's doing really well. So this is really dangerous for C9. If he can keep getting kills every time his ulti is off cooldown, you're going to very likely see an SFZ a huge advantage going into the mid game, which is going to make it really tough for heroes like Eternal Envy on the anti-mage to split push.
Yeah, look at this. There's going to be a smoke up now. Misery and Big Daddy. Maybe they can find the Earthshaker, but no smoke. It's popped. Has he got the Fisher? Yes, he has got the Fisher.
It blocks.
Oh, Eternal Envy coming in as well.
He's scared to go in.
They are a little bit, yeah. I mean, what are they worried about? The instant TP reaction to the tier 2? Or the tier 1?
Maybe the Echo Slam on the 85 creeps that Chen has, so I'm not sure. Something like that.
Yes,
it was a hard pick there, especially if Misery went in. He very likely would have died taking 2 nukes. Clockwork getting a kill on Zeus, actually.
Yeah, bottom lane, I guess, went in with a hook shot. Yeah, Farta helping out. And maybe SFC look to fight here. They've got the sniper. Sniper starting to chip away. Nice Fisher catching 2. There's your Hand of God. Yeah, and there's your assassinate. Big Daddy's in a lot of trouble. Oh, he's still alive for the time being. There's your Echo Slam holding Eternal Envy down, but it's not enough. Dream Coil. There's your orb. There's your Waning Rift. It's a 2-for-2 trade so far. Well, 2-for-1 to be precise in this fight. Yeah, Bristol ticking down.
Bristol's going to go down and Ern gets him.
Yeah.
Big double kill by Misery there. Maybe a slight mistake from the sniper. He went to assassinate the Chen instead of going on Eternal Envy, and that resulted in E being able to get his ulti. Maybe another fight. He's got the Fissure. He's got to be careful. Ern goes through, and I think that's... No, it's not a dead Disruptor. He stays alive. Misery doesn't die either. Really, really close. I mean, he's trying so hard to make the plays, and he's doing a nice job. He picked up his arcane boots there, actually, is what he was doing over there. But he's got Fissure, and he's still got it for another minute. 2 minutes, actually.
Yeah, we'll see if he's able to make some more of these plays with it. And 9-9, and the fact... Well, EE, he's died a couple of times so far. And he's still working towards that Battle Fury. He has only got the Ring of Health on himself at the moment, so he's still quite a far way off it.
Yeah.
So, in that respect, if SFC do decide to kind of up the tempo and start to put a little bit more pressure on, it's going to not be too great for C9, because the anti-mage, he's not going to be ready to fight really for quite a while now, is he?
Yeah, it's going to be a long time. And look, Disruptor's already set up another gank. He's got 2 connect fields. He's got a point booster now, so his HP's higher, his mana's higher. If he gets an Ags really fast this game, that's also stupidly scary. I mean, he's got more kills than he has last hits, so his farm isn't amazing, but considering he's playing hard support here, maybe not super hard support, but playing support, it's looking to... Oh, it's nighttime now. This is good. But C9 has a ward, so they'll be able to spot this. Eternal Envy's going to be just fine. Do they have a sentry? They don't. So this ward's going to stay there, and Eternal Envy will live.
He's going to hide in the trees for the time being. Sniper going to start pushing this lane back out. And, well, in the jungle, off the side of SFZ, Misery and Farta going for a little bit of an adventure. The Midas actually picked up on Zeus, interestingly enough.
Ooh, they might be able to catch him. No, they're not going to go that deep. It's really dangerous to go to that large camp for a kill. They're pinging it. They figure where it is, but it's just so dangerous to go there because they can just TP behind you at the tier 1 if they do end up catching you.
And, well, now we're going to see the 3 heroes of SFZ leave the top lane and now head into the jungle, perhaps trying to catch out C9. Bottom lane, Bone 7 with the hook shot available. Maybe looking to jump in onto Quista. He's got the backup of Misery.
Damage anymore.
Yeah, it's going to be quite a little bit too tricky. I guess they've got the Battery Assault if they catch him from the front. Maybe that's enough. And the Blade Mail as well.
All right.
Returning the Quill Sprays that are being procced out by the passive. But, oh, look, here's Shadower. This Disruptor making the plays, catching out Clockwork. There's your Fissure as well. That is going to be a mega kill streak going to Shadowware on this Disruptor. Maybe they find Misery. There's your Echo Slam. Eknart says to the Big Daddy, thank you for sending those creeps in. And will Misery go down? Almost certainly. And, oh, hang on. Oh, so it wasn't... Sorry, they didn't pop the Echo Slam.
No, he did.
No.
They both did, actually.
Oh, it was Oh, God, okay.
Earthshaker did the first one. Rubik stole it. He was trying to stay alive, but He ended up going in for the dunk. It wasn't quite enough damage, unfortunately. If he had Aftershock, he might have gotten a kill, but obviously it's a passive and you can't steal that, so... It was a good attempt. The main issue arises from the fact that Disruptor TP'd immediately and was able to kill the Clockwork, but most importantly that No-Tail ran out of mana slightly. He didn't have mana for his ulti until a second after Bone 7 died. If he would have been able to pop his ultimate, it probably would have kept more alive. Instead he had used it just to try to keep Misery alive. Also didn't work, so if he would have had his ulti or a bit more mana, we would have seen a really good fight there out of C9, but they were just a little short on survivability.
Yeah, I guess, yeah, that was a little bit of an issue there for C9, and, well, we're seeing them for the first time on the back foot this game. 11-9 on the board. Mid lane, though, Eknart with an Invis-Rune. Bone 7.
He's going to find Bone 7.
Can he go for this, though? He's got the Soaring Charge. Oh, the TP from Sniper. Bone 7. Bone 7. You need to get yourself out of there. There's the Enchant Totem blocking the Aftershock. There's your Fissure as well. Blade Mail's popped by Bone 7. It isn't going to put State off from
close.
chipping away. Yeah, State does take a fair bit of damage with the Mask of Madness and the Blade Mail coming back in onto him. But they find the kill.
I thought it would have been a complete waste of hookshot there because he was super dead, but with the Mask of Madness on and the Blade Mail, if he would have hookshot him there, he actually might have killed that guy because he went down to like 160 HP. If he would have hookshot him, very likely would have had that kill. So I wasn't expecting it, but maybe he should have thrown the hook.
Yeah, looks like, I guess I don't know why he didn't. Maybe I
didn't expect him to take that much damage. Maybe Bone 7 was in the same boat. He was like, oh, I didn't expect that sniper to go from, you know, he would have noticed I had Blade Mail on, etc., etc., but the damage output was good. He threw a rocket at least. That did a big chunk. But just didn't go for it. It's all over.
And wasted gank there from Bone 7 attempted. Big Daddy, maybe he can look for something. Gets the wards out. Heading to the Roshan pit. I mean, I don't know if necessarily C9 can take this. They've got EE. He's only got a Ring of Health and Treads. What's he got on the courier? He has got, he's got the two offensive parts of the battlefield, but this is not going to be a quick Roshan. And Eknart, he's got Echo Slam. Maybe they look to fight this SFZ. And they've seen EE, but Fissure now onto Big Daddy.
Good
There's
hook.
your hook shot. Very nice indeed. Yeah, onto the Sniper. Exactly the hero you want to be getting into the face of. Big Thunder God's Wrath, though, in return, and that's going to be an unstoppable disruptor. These heroes very, very low. Echo Slam onto Fata. Can they burst him down? He's got the phase shift. It's not going to save him. 3 heroes down on the side of C9. Bone 7 walking back in. Really wants to find a kill. They're also low on SFC. He's not going to find it. 4 heroes down on C9. And, I mean, EE hiding on the high ground. It did look like... Oh, hang on. Oh, he's got the ult. Oh, he's got the ult. Maybe he can look to turn this one around. He wants to go in blinking, but he can't find the ult. Oh, he gets it off. But at the end of the day, I don't know if it's worth trading your anti-mage for that disruptor. I guess the disruptor was on an unstoppable streak. But you give away the Roshan, and you're off the map for 35 seconds. Purge, what's going on?
He might have been able to get a double kill if the disruptor didn't happen to leave the safety of the Roche pit. By crossing over the Roche border, he lost vision for a fraction of a second and canceled the animation, so that was just kind of unfortunate there.
Oh,
it's going to be Shrapnel for
Misery.
Good spell to steal, actually. He can turn this. He can maybe flip it by no. It's way too much damage. Oh, Fata saving him with the silence. Goes back in. Can he get the kill here?
Oh, the hook shot misses!
You got a rocket in 1 second. That should kill him. Doesn't kill him. Not enough levels. Oh my gosh.
C9.
Oh man, that was a double kill if you got the hook.
Oh, these last few minutes have definitely been a little bit painful here for C9. They've just not been getting a break at all. Mid lane. Maybe going to try and go on Fata. He's got the Static Storm available. He's going to go for it. There's your Pyring. There's your Silence. Fata, good luck trying to face shift out of that. That's a double kill for the Zeus as well. I mean, SFZ, they're stepping up their play this game.
It's basically on the shoulders of the Disruptor. That's really where most of their kills are coming from. 7, 2, and 5. He's been in, 12 of their 19 kills. That's amazing for a support, especially a Disruptor here who normally has a boom or bust game, basically. If you get behind a Disruptor, your hero's a bit worthless, but if you get ahead, you do dangerous things. And as soon as he gets eggs, any one of these heroes are going to die, except for maybe somebody with a BKB that can stop the glimpse from coming through. Like, very, very scary game for them. Good advantage that Disruptor is setting them up with.
I think, trying to make sure he can't glimpse you is pretty much their only hope at escaping this Disruptor's reaches, because his timing, his initiation has been pretty much on point. I don't think we've seen a whiffed ult at all this game. He's been catching people out time and time again. And
he's dropped some really good ults.
19-10. Let's have a look at the graphs. How are we doing? It's a big lead now for SFC, coming up to 10k in terms of XP and coming up to 7.5k in terms of gold. And C9, all their hopes and dreams really resting on the shoulders of Eternal Envy on this anti-mage, who does now have the Battle Fury, he has got the treads, and he has got 1k. He needs to farm like he's never farmed before, really, if he wants to kind of keep C9 in this game.
Yeah, it's gonna be a tough game for him, but he's gonna have to continue split pushing now. This is the best thing he can do, but unfortunately the ganking for SFZ is really strong, and again, it's the Disruptor. Oh, here he comes, chasing. Oh, he blinks away though. Disruptor just needs to get close enough to cast the Thunder Strike, and I think he can catch him. They ping where he think it is. There's the Zeus ult. Can he grab the Thunder Strike? Doesn't quite get him. A bit of a pathing issue there. He probably tried to cast the Thunder Strike and he ran into the river. He needed to run in the jungle instead, and he got spotted, so no gank there.
Yeah, it must have been just on the edge of the cast range, because it looked like he was closing in on the AM.
I feel like he could have glimpsed, probably, but it wouldn't have accomplished anything, because he was standing still for so long. He needed to get the Thunder Strike. It was fairly close.
Well, SFC now, after scaring off the anti-mage, maybe going to look to try and push this tower. Big Daddy does send in the army, ready to try and clear out the creep wave. And, well, they're actually TPing out SFC, so a little bit spooked for that. Too spooky for me indeed. Big Daddy scaring them off with the micro. And, well, bottom lane, Sniper. He's going for Fata. Fata's going to be able to orb and drawn out, and the pressure now going to come on the spot.
Here. If we get a hook on the Disruptor here, they probably spot him going to the side shop because it was daytime. There's the ward on the high ground. He needed more backup though. If he would have gone in solo, he definitely would have died. He's got really good armor right now, but his total HP isn't that amazing, which you need a lot of HP to value your blade mail. So he's got to go in on the squishy heroes that can't glimpse. If he would have gone in, he would have gotten glimpse anyway. So glimpse is just such a good counter against Clock, and good against anti-mage here too, and Puck really. Disruptor is just a super solid pick.
Especially when you can play it as well as this. I mean, hats off to Shadow. He's been playing absolutely bang on point this game. And well, Bone 7. Can they look to jump on this? They've got everyone apart from the AM. I mean, I just feel at this point they really do need the Mana Void if they want to turn a fight, because SFZ just seems so much stronger than them. Especially just the fact that they're 5 versus 4 as well at this point, essentially, with the EE kind of just AA shift clicking the jungle camps at this point in time. And oh no, we were doing so well, Purge. I think we made it a good clean 12 minutes without a pause.
Well, I mean, C9 would be in a much better place if it wasn't for a Disruptor being in the game. Especially if we think about the Roche fight way back when. Bone9 initiated on the enemy carry, but the kill wasn't able to be completed because he got glimpsed away. And that's what really hurts Bone 7 here. He basically has to follow his team into a team fight. He can't just say, oh, I can kill this hero before they kill me, easy, and go for it. He has to worry about the glimpse. He has to worry about the backup after that. So his initiations become a lot more complicated. He can maybe walk in to try to start a fight, and then when he gets glimpsed, then he hook shots back in. Or maybe he just hook shots in to try to kill whatever support and lock them down for a couple seconds. It's just like a much harder game. So because C9's also behind on top of that, they have to pick their next fights very carefully. Because if they lose their next fight, then they get stupidly far behind, and then actually winning the game becomes ridiculously hard, nigh impossible, because then Disruptor's got Ags and all this other stuff. So they have to be really careful choosing their fights there. They have to look for, like you said, the Mana Void, or preferably all 5 heroes fighting.
Yeah, they really do. And I don't know if we picked up on this, but State 21 picked up a BKB. Do you think that's the right decision?
Yeah, I did just see this. The really great thing about this is it's going to basically guarantee that Clockwork can't do anything. Regardless of the glimpse, if he jumps on him, it doesn't matter. He doesn't have to worry about blade mail. He doesn't have to worry about magic damage. He doesn't have to worry about stuns. He can kill any of C9's heroes, including Anti-Mage. And with the Mask of Madness, I think he's going to be just fine, because most of C9's damage is magic. So even popping the Mask of Madness and taking it more physical isn't that scary. If Anti-Mage jumps on him, whatever, pop the BKB, pop the Mask of Madness, shoot that guy. Because at this point, Sniper does far more DPS because of headshot, and including the slow that's provided from it. That's going to mean ease damage is decreased. So I think this is actually one of the few cases where BKB on Sniper as a second item is great. They're far enough ahead that if they just guarantee the teamfight wins, they're going to go around the map taking towers and tower gold. And then when they have this gold advantage plus the tower gold advantage that they want to take through these teamfight items and their teamfight heroes, like the game's going to be really tough to win for C9. So I like this transition from laning to ganking, and now back to teamfight with their gold advantage. It's a really good strategy they're doing.
Yeah, and Zeus talking about the gold strategy. He's with that Midas, closing in on that Aghanim Scepter. He's only 350 gold away from it, and level 12 as well. He's going to have the second point in the ult. So we're having a yo from Misery, and we're going to have an update here. They've got the reconnect. Are they ready to go? Hello. We're going to have a little bit of a friendly conversation here between Disruptor and the Ruby.
I don't think we actually had a disconnect in this case.
Oh, yeah, I've just lost track.
I'm going to assume somebody is lagging. or something.
Okay.
He's at Cyber Arena, DDoSing Cyber Arena.
What is Cyber Arena?
I believe...
Is it a cafe?
I assume so. Whenever I hear Cyber Arena, I assume they're talking about the Starladder Cyber Arena, but I don't think... I mean, they don't have any Ukrainian players, so it must mean like a PC cafe. So there must be like a PC cafe getting DDoSed or something. Perhaps he moved to a PC cafe instead, and then still getting DDoSed or something like that. Basically, there's a lot of effort going into the DDoS right now, I believe.
There really is. I mean... Oh, EE.
Damn,
wow.
dude.
Wow. Come on, he just did a Cottle sleepy face. Come on. Here we go. We're ready to go. They're going to give it a shot the side of C9. There's your Thunder God's Wrath to kick everything off. And we're back into the game. The push continuing on the bottom lane from SFZ. They've taken the tier 1. They're going to go for the tier 2. I think there's a lot that C9 can do to stop this. They've got 2 heroes in the mid lane. And yeah, Big Daddy and Eternal Envy in the jungle at the moment. They're going to send a puck down here. Farty's not going to be able to do anything to stop this. There's going to be a bit more gold in the bank for the team of SFZ. And yeah, Bristol back for complete S&Y. I guess 21 minutes on top of the Vanguard means he's going to be able to head to the front of the fight and start to punch. And C9 are going to have a pretty hard time dealing with him at this point, especially without the physical DPS from the anti-Mages. He's got enough lads, so we are going to see this full-on focus on split pushing and farming on Eternal Envy, ensuring that he's always going to be kept at pretty much max HP. And I mean that maybe he has a chance if he gets caught out by the Disruptor. But at the same time, with Disruptor closing in on the Axe.
Almost.
Ooh, that was a close one yet. Blinking straight away. Bone 7's coming in. Has the hook shot. Maybe they can look to try and do something. But yeah, I don't think they want to be fighting into this Sniper Disruptor combo at this point. They want to keep it frosty, keep themselves back, keep themselves cool.
They can kill anybody with that combo on the enemy team. Especially with... And he's so close to his Agon Scepter. He's only about 1,000 gold away in Disruptor. Things get so scary for C9 when that gets finished. C9 might be able to take a tower on the bot lane at least. They've got that going for them. A lot of pressure from SFZ on the mid lane. They go for the mid tower first. I think it's better if they trade here. It's not an equal trade because the mid tower is better than the safe lane one, but at this point gold trades are advantageous to C9. They just want to try to delay the game so that they can catch up. Anti-Mage will eventually catch up. He will outfarm a sniper eventually.
Yeah, I mean, if you look at the net worth, he's certainly catching up in a sense that he's only about 500 gold behind the Sniper and 1k behind the Bristol. And that is against a team who's, you know, they've obviously taken more towers. They have got the increased tower gold. So he's able to hold on, and a bit of pressure being applied by the rest of the side of C9 onto this bottom tier 2. But yeah, as you said, they've lost the tier 1, and they are going to lose the tier 2 as well. And I don't think they're going to be able to get this tier 2 on the bottom lane. C9, no. The TP's come back. Mid lane, EE aggressively forcing the creeps down, taking a lot of burst damage there from Clutcher, but there's not going to be the follow-up. There's the Fissure, actually. Maybe... Ooh, can't quite find it. In fact, hang on. Disruptor? What was he doing out there, Purge?
How? Oh, it looks like he was going for the tower, I guess.
I guess, yeah.
Trying to guarantee the tower kill. He did buy out before he died, so he didn't lose that much there, but that does give them a decent amount of net worth. So that'll be a bit of a gold boost to those supports, a little experience as well. Disruptor was not under farmed, so they definitely got levels from that. 1-7 really wants to go in here looking for... Fado's actually going to find the Earthshaker. This is huge. Can they kill him right now? If they can. Or are we going to see Puckle? There's the Puckle. Here comes the Fissure. Good phase shift. Glimpse him back. That was a stone glimpse, by the way. And actually does end up breaking the tether. What a cool combo. Doesn't necessarily put him where you want him to be, but... And the important part is right after, stole Fissure. So Fissure's in the hands of C9 now. They get a kill. They get a tower out of that. Bot tower's also gone. That was actually a pretty good 2-minute duration for C9 there. They really accomplished a lot.
Yeah, they really did. And he's still getting the space that he needs to continue farming. And I guess that's one thing we haven't seen SFC do. We've seen them try to push down the bottom and the middle successfully, but we haven't really seen them venture into the jungle of C9. And that means he's always had a safe place to go back and farm. And if we look at the difference in XP, we are starting to see it turn around. It was about a 12k lead for SFC, coming back down to 6. And in terms of gold, pretty much the same story. So C9, they're certainly bringing this one back, and they do have the anti-mage.
That's such a big EXP swing for 2 kills, right? We saw Disruptor died and Earthshaker died. That's it. And that kind of experience swing is massive. And they're going to try to force mid, I guess. Is it time to racks? They haven't even taken the top towers yet, but maybe they're feeling like their time is getting low. A bit of a miss send back there from the puck. They didn't quite time it perfectly. Trying to lower the sniper HP. Fissure, nice fissure there from Misery.
I'm going to keep chipping away here, EE. He was hanging around towards the top lane, trying to push it out. He's going to take the Ancients. Just continue farming. Safe in the knowledge that hopefully the rest of his team can hold the defense.
He's got to be a little careful. He's going to maybe cut the mid wave, but there's another creep wave to deal with. They do the trick again. Puck does some nukes here. Gonna have a Fissure and a Fade Bolt. That should stop the creep wave. And again, there's the cutting from E. Now their push is ended. They're doing such a good job, man. C9 has such good gameplay mechanics. It might
the
be
hook
a
shot.
three-man hook.
Oh.
Oh, he's going for now. Gets the sniper. Gonna be forcing the fight. BKB is used right away. Gotta be careful. Bone 7 most likely dead here. That is a 10-second BKB, but I don't think it's worth the death. Another good Fissure.
Yeah, he pops the assassinate straight away. Didn't have any charges left in shrapnel, so just trying to get out what he could. But yeah, Fissure in return. And C9, yeah, they lose the clockwork. And well, they do get the top tower, but Bristleback gets the deny. Still 20-12. And EE now.
We might see a kill.
Yeah, needs to be careful. Manta illusions, though, eating away the mana of Shadowware. Going to make it a little bit harder for him to get out his combo. He's still got the mana to do so. I guess, I mean, how much mana does he need for it all? About 475.
Yeah.
So he's pretty cool. He's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's not too bad, but he could have had this Ags at 20 minutes or something like that. But I feel like he maybe should have just backed off for a moment and maybe farmed, but it kind of collided with what his team wanted to do in terms of game plan. They wanted to move around the map and take towers and get pushes, but C9's done a great job countering that perfectly. They did a lot of spamming on the creep waves coming up. AM cut the creeps. They delayed the team fights. They got Bone 7 killed, but it delayed the game again. And the entire time, E has been farming, and now he's got a Manta style. And now he might even solo Roche. Yeah, Roche is dead. He just soloed Roche.
Oh, wow.
Like, C9's
okay.
back in the game now. It's official.
They really are. Yeah, with that Roche and yeah, with the farm that's on the anti-mage. Looking at the net worth, we were talking about him catching up with the Bristleback and the Sniper. He's now just over 1,000 ahead. And on top lane, Pink's coming out into Quista. Can these guys do anything about it, though? No, it's going to be a TP. Yeah, TP in action from Ruby. Actually gets cancelled. Bone 7 goes in with a hook shot. There's your Troll Trap. Has got the cogs. Is there enough damage here? Well, Fata, he phase shifts off the Assassinate. And the God's going to come through as well. Yule Scepter from the puck onto the Bristle, holding him back. And we'll see now. They're going to end up retreating out of this one. Quista maybe seeing if he can go back in, force these guys back, but he's not going to be able to do so for the time being. But still, more space created for Eternal Envy. He continues to farm up the enemy jungle. He's closing in on that 3,000 gold now, on top of the treads. Manta, Battle Fury. It might get caught out here.
Might be in trouble.
Yes, they do have a static storm. Are they going to go for it? They don't want to go for it. Yeah, I guess they feel that they can't get the kill. Yeah.
Yeah, they needed at least Sniper to be there. Sniper was TP'ing, but he was a little bit later than they wanted him to be, and Disruptor was worried about feeding his life away in the meantime. So I think that was the safe and the better play there. It's so hard to kill anti-mage now. Even Misery's farmed really fast. He's got a Blink Dagger and 1,800 gold on top of that. He's got 70 CS at 28 minutes. That's pretty good for a support.
Yeah, not bad indeed. I mean, especially when you look at the fact that he's actually got slightly more net worth than the offlaner of their team, the Clockwork. And I mean, EE,
pretty
what's he
typical
going?
for Clock, though.
Yeah, I guess, yeah, not really the fastest farmer. And especially seeing as he's not been able to find too many pickoffs these games. And he has died 6 times. Not having a great game, in contrast to the rest of the team. And Eternal Envy, so 3.8k gold. What do you pick up next? You just go straight for the heart on EE?
Heart, BKB, or Abyssal are his choices, basically. Probably to be safe, he could get a BKB. That guarantees that he basically never dies. And when he does go into fights, he just kills whoever he wants to, or at least tries to kill whoever he wants to. So that may be the option. The problem with BKB is it doesn't give him the best lockdown. The best DPS would obviously be Abyssal Blade. I think he definitely goes BKB over Heart this game, though, because it's really about the glimpse. Unless the Disruptor is just amazing and drops the ulti before even glimpsing, in which case the BKB doesn't help you. Because he's going to have Ags soon anyways.
Yes, I guess that's the thing, really, in terms of the BKB. But at the same time, it's not It's not that easy, really, catching someone straight out with a static storm, especially if the rest of your team, as
Quite
C9
tough.
have been doing a focusing disruptor. Yeah, they're trying to go for it here. Yours from Fata onto the bristleback.
Oh, the dunk accidental dodge.
Oh, and the Fisher doesn't connect
man.
either. Oh, Fata and Bone 7 get out hand in hand. And, well, SFZ throwing a lot out at that, and it's just not enough.
I'm assuming that Fada didn't dodge that on purpose. He knew that the enemies, it was not a good time to stay. He orbed back and phase shift afterwards, the typical puck thing to do. And dodged the Echo Slam. Pretty lucky for him. I don't think that was intentional. He might have seen Earthshaker coming, but I'm not so sure. I think Puck does have pretty good day vision, or night vision. Actually, it looks pretty standard. I think it used to be better, maybe not anymore. I know they changed some of the night visions recently.
Yeah, they did it. They used to be a lot more difference, and they kind of normalized it across a lot of heroes, didn't they?
Yeah, they did.
Making the game a little bit more accessible. And
you know what got nerfed the worst was Enchantress. She had 1800 night vision, same as daytime, and she got reduced down to 800.
Did Meepos get reduced as well, or is Meepos still bigger?
I think Meepos was slightly high as well, but
Yeah.
I don't know what it is now. Wow, look at what Rubik's doing. He's just being, oh, he lost his blink. There's static field. That's the issue. That's the power of Zeus, man.
Oh, that's a gem.
He doesn't give a shit where you are. He's like, I'm gonna cast a spell and I'm gonna cancel your blink dagger. I don't even know you're there, but it's gonna work. And that's what happened to Misery there, playing really aggressive with his gem. And the static field stops the blink. and
Oh,
that
hook
gives the
shot!
enemy team enough
Bottom
time.
lane, Bone 7 going in on the Disruptor. Forces himself out of the static storm. Disruptor will go down and tries to get the glimpse onto the Clockwork before he dies. And it's not going to be good enough. Chen sends him back. Oh, hang on, Fata. What, sir? He was a little bit... And Big Daddy is going to get out. In comes the Assassinate. Does it follow? Does Assassinate disjoint when you TP?
If it's midair, I think it does disjoint. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
But if it hasn't shot yet, then it'll just cancel. Because if you get too far away, it does actually cancel.
Oh, okay.
Chen creeps coming back. He's only going to save one. Actually, not a good fight there for C9, especially because the Disruptor bought out before he died. So he's got the Eggs. Eggs is online, and he's going to do some nasty, nasty ults. Disruptor Eggs is one of the grossest things to play against ever because it actually doesn't have counters other than popping BKB in time or something like that. But a lot of times, if you do just an instant cast, it's hard to deal with that. So I kind of feel like I would like to see Earthshaker maybe buy more of the support items here to allow Disruptor to get a blink or a force so that he can be more offensive. That's maybe one of the issues with SFZ here. Disruptor got such a big advantage, but then the time between him owning and the time him finishing his eggs is a little bit too high. I feel like Earthshaker maybe should have been slightly less greedy to allow Disruptor to finish the eggs earlier, to maybe have that work in team fights. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, as you said, the static storm's going to be pretty big. Essentially against three heroes like the Anti-Mage and the Puck and the Clockwork, who all rely on their skills really to be able to save them every time. If you're able to get a nice initiation, it's going to hurt. And there's definitely the potential to do that when you've got an Earthshaker on your team, who's going to be able to kind of hold them in place, allow you the time to get yourself in position. But perhaps, yeah, we're going to see the Disruptor pick up a mobility item of his own, so he can also look for these perfect static storms at this point. And how's he doing? He's got the Abyssal complete. No, 950 gold as well. It's
probably the better item, because if you think about the way that he's been playing, it's been solo pushing, split pushing. Now if there's ever a hero there, he can kill them. As long as it's not the Bristleback. Any of the other 4 heroes he can solo kill with Abyssal Blade, because he just blinks Abyssals, Mantas. Guaranteed dead hero. He's going to drain at least 1,000 of their mana, drop the mana void at the end. You've got it. It's so much damage. So a lot of the Radiant heroes have to be careful now because of the Abyssal Blade. It means that Anti-Mage is killable, which they might be able to do right here.
Can they do it? Can they go get the Fisher though? Oh, there's the Glimpse though. But there's the Manta. It's not actually going to be able to disjoint it, of course. Gets caught in the static storm and Eternal Envy. They throw everything at him, but it's so worth it. He's down for 80 seconds. And, yeah, I mean, Glimpse, obviously, it doesn't remove, the Manta style doesn't remove Glimpse, but is it one of those spells that you can time it just at the right time to stop it from pulling you back?
I always wonder about that with Glimpse as well. Like, can you phase shift it? Can you Storm Ball Lightning as it's going through? I think in most cases it actually does not stop that. Because otherwise people would be abusing that way more. I don't know for a fact, but based on the fact that nobody ever does dodge it in that way, I'm assuming the only solution is BKB, really.
Yeah.
Or Magic Community. So I think E there maybe could have survived. It looked like he gave up actually he glimpsed, but the reality is that Disruptor actually dropped his kinetic field and his static storm a little bit late. So I think if E would have panicked more and maybe just started walking, he might have been able to get out of there and then land the blink. So A little bit of a mistake from him there, I think, but as a whole, a good gank by SFZ. The only other thing I think SFZ could have done better was Fissure from Darkness instead of blinking first. But it worked on the end, so it's okay.
Yeah, I mean, the blink into the Fissure, I guess, yeah, as you said, it worked in the end in the sense that the creeps are pushed out, so they had the vision higher up the lane, and oh, here we go. Well, they've found a Puck here, but Puck is going to get glimpsed back as well.
Oh, man.
Nice silence, though. Is he going to be able to buy the time? No, it's a Static Storm, yeah. There is a Static Storm and a half, and that's a dead Puck. Bottom lane, Misery. I think he's going to be fine for the time being. I don't think they're aware that he's here. He's going to TP out as well. Just head up to the top lane. Try and deal with the push coming from Bristleback, and Bristleback's looking pretty scary now. Level 20, 35 minutes in, pretty stacked.
He's got really good itemization for carry here. Misery's got to be careful. There's the Force. Misery might actually still die despite the push. Look at the damage here. Eternal Envy, great disable. Doing the right clicks, but not draining any mana. Look at that double Zeus ult. Chen goes down. Now right clicking. Quista might die now, but completely. Oh my god. The Blade Mill and the Quills, man. E has 7 Quill Spray stacks right there. And Clockwork goes down. Oh my god. That's the Bristle items you need, guys. Heart is one of the best Bristle items just because it gives you so much HP. Wow. Every 250 HP you get is another Quill. And you saw what it did there. The Blade Mill and the Quill extra damage. The damage just flew out.
It really did. And the Mana Void, was that after he popped the Blade Mill? That's what did the damage, or did it not go through?
I think the Blade Mail was the final blow there, but it was mostly the right click that was reflecting so much. It was just really well done. And the double Zeus ulti from across the map made such a big difference. That was basically Bristleback, double Zeus ulti, and 1 Fissure from range to get 4 kills there. I mean, E might be able to get Roche, but now with Sniper popping in. They've got their heroes up though, so they can definitely rush and defend this. And there's an Ags up on Puck as well. If we can get a big Ags from the Puck, then C9 definitely still has a chance to win this fight and take Roshan. There's the smoke. No blink on Rubik for 10 seconds. They gotta be careful without the Bristle though. They need the Bristle. They have nothing that's tanky enough to stop Anti-Mage from doing whatever he wants, so...
He's gonna do it so quick as well. Yeah, it doesn't look like SFC are gonna be able to contest this. And I guess, EA's gonna drop not his stick, he's gonna drop the Quelling Blade. And he's going to be able to pick up that Aegis for himself. And SFC, they can do nothing but stand and watch. They're going to pop a Thunder God's Wrath through it. But I'm going to follow through. Disruptor! Disruptor! I'm not too sure. Hello! There's the hook shot. But Quista, he's alive. Pops the BKB. Can they return this fight? There's going to be a Dream Coil onto 2. Big Mana Void there from EE, bringing down the Zeus. He's trying to man fight up against this. He has, of course, got the Aegis. He can certainly try and do so. It's a triple kill for EE. Vata still giving the Bristleback a little bit of a tinkle call. There he is, thrown up by the Yule Scepter. Are they going to be able to follow this one up? There's the Centaur stun, holding Quista in place. There's a Fade Bolt. EE, he goes back to farming. He's got to get his priorities right here. Get that gold. X-Nart in the jungle has no mana. Oh, he's going to get to blink out. Just at the last moment, forced off in from Misery. They should be able to find this one though. There's your blink. There's your right clicks. Good job trying to blink out this one, Earthshaker.
He gets Fissure again. Return
Fissure indeed. And they don't kill the Bristleback, but I guess the thing is they don't need to really. As long as they can kill everyone else, they can start to push.
Bristleback's items usually start peeking off. This is the strongest point of Bristleback if you are playing the carry role. He can still grab an AC, which would give him some good right click, but he's going to have to deal with Eternal Envy getting a Butterfly soon, or some other evasion. So pretty soon here, Bristleback's going to have a lot of issues. And C9 winning that fight plus the Aegis, I mean, it's hard to win the fights here.
Oh, blinking in aggressively. Offensive. There's your Abyssal Blade. Beautifully done. There's your Fissure from Rubik as well, catching out Quista. And Quista gets lifted up by the Telekinesis. They're going to throw him back into the mix of it all. Fortification's going to be popped. Zeus has returned to the fight. He has got the double ult available in 6 seconds. Maybe they can look to try and turn this one around. But the side of C9 continuing the push. And have got on cooldown for 50 seconds. But Zeus, he's not going to get the double ult off because they jump straight in and they bring him down. SFC, they've only got 2 heroes left alive. Quista, maybe thinking about coming back in, but Bone 7. There's your hook shot. There's your Cogs holding him in place. Oh, he blinks in onto the Sniper. There's your Dream Coil. Sniper's going to go down as well. There's no buyback available on the Sniper. Looking at the buyback statuses, oh, it's not looking good for the side of SFC. And now Bristleback is in a lot of trouble. Gets lifted up by the Yules. There's a big Echo Slam. Big Daddy taking a lot of damage. There's your mech popped. It's not going to be enough. 2 heroes now falling on the side of C9. He's continuing to fight. Can they pick up the Bristleback? It looks like they can. He's on a monster kill streak. It's going to be a buyback straight away. away from the bristleback. Earthshaker, he's caught in the trees. 8try hasn't taught him well. Shadow charge ticking down on him. There's a Fisher though onto Vata. Quista back in the fight. Is he going to blink back into this one? I don't think he can fight back against this. Oh, there's going to be a glimpse onto Vata. He tries to jaunt it out, but it's not going to work. 3 heroes now down for C9. Looks like they might lose Misery as well. He's gone back in. He wants to find the kill on this Disruptor. Oh, is he going to go down? Blink again. He's trying to chase this one. It's not going to work out. Now Quista, he's going to try and punch away at the Anti-Mage. Anti-Mage has got a blink. Oh, but there's a glimpse. These glimpses. This play from the Disruptor. And there's your Thunder God's Wrath. Now, are they ready for round 2? Do they have anything told him in place? They don't. Glimpse is still off cooldown for 10 seconds. He's going to be able to get out of this one. But Purge, what a team fight and a half. And I mean, who's coming out of there? Who's coming out on top? Is it the fact that SFC defend? You know, a buyback comes out from the bristleback. I guess at the end of the day, it is. C9, they take the melee racks, but they lose quite a bit. I mean, what happened, Purge?
I don't think that was that bad for C9 at all. They lost Aegis, okay, but it's going to time out eventually before the next fight starts. They got a melee barracks, they got a Rax advantage. Bristleback was forced to buy back. He got some kills out of it, but I think the Disruptor buyback as well. I feel like Disruptor
I thought he did, but I checked and he didn't. So we must be both
really?
wrong in that sense.
He must have just fed at the perfect time to respawn when the next fight happened. He actually made quite a few mistakes in a row. Him running to the Roche pit was that fight actually did start the Roche pit, did it not? It was pretty much like Roche pit fight, moved all the way to Rax and back again. But
it really
Disruptor died twice through that. The second death especially, his Static Storm wasn't quite up yet and he initiated too fast. Really good for Eternal Envy to profit from that, seeing the opportunity and jumping in. But Disruptor didn't quite get any pickoffs, and the rest of C9 just delayed the enemy team enough to grab the Rax. The Abyssal Blade really paying off here, definitely a good choice.
Mid lane, Smoke versus Smoke. Who does it best? Who's going to make the initiation? Nice Fisher from Misery, stop Shadow, getting the Static Storm off onto the Anti-Mage. Quista, he's going in. Let's watch EE on this AM, fighting up against State. There's your bashes. That's going to be a dead sniper. Buyback straight away from Rubik. It's the only casualty so far on the side of Cloud9. EE, he's going to find a double kill. He's picked off the sniper. He's picked off the Zeus. Can he find any more? Oh, there's going to be Ghost Scepter popped on the Earthshaker, keeping him alive for the time being. He blinks in. He wants to find the kill. It's a triple kill. Can he find any more? Quista, he's starting to run away. He's going to blink back into this one. Oh, where's he gone for? He's gone into the trees. He wants to go in the trees. The rest of his team, they're going to try and find the kill onto Disruptor. He is invisible, but there's a gem on the clock. It's an ultra kill for Eternal Envy. I think they're going to be happy with that one. I don't think they're going to be able to look for anything more. The creeps, meanwhile, on the bottom lane, they're taking down the ranged Drax. The push, the creeps coming in on the middle lane as well. Tier 2 going to take a severe bit of damage, and E's going to head up to the top to bring that creep wave in as 2 buybacks come out from SFC and Cloud9. After a game where SFC seem to kind of have them in check and in control, it's going awfully one-sided and lopsided, favouring Cloud9 now after these fights. I mean, Purge. What do SFC do? What are they doing wrong here? What was that smoke the best idea, or do you think they should have kind of held back and waited for Cloud9 to come to them?
No, I mean, I think they're just too far behind now. The Anti-Mage just does a stupid amount of damage. They did a pretty good job delaying his farm, but his mid-game fights were just too strong. And their carries aren't really that amazing against an Anti-Mage is the other issue. I mean, Sniper is a good damage hero, but AM at this point with the Abyssal Blade can just jump on top and he's getting out DPS easily. Even with BKB, he's getting Abyssal Stun, and from there he's getting Bash. And AM's got a Butterfly now, so his evasion's really high. I mean, I feel like Sniper's not a good AM hero, basically. And especially the item builds that most snipers go nowadays, it's about utility. It's about slowing people, it's about making you faster. AM still buys the DPS items, and that's really where the metagame has shifted, is into more like utility, buy yourself HP. But AM still buys damage items. So in a 1v1 carry fight, AM's going to win it. Sniper can't. Unless Sniper goes back to DPS items. But maybe the Scotty was the wrong choice here. I think instead of Scotty, maybe he should have gone light. Butterfly Daedalus or Butterfly MKB or something. But even then, that's not really what Sniper strives at. He wants to keep distance from himself. So for SFZ to win this fight, they have to kill the AM. It's the only way, and it's hard.
SFC, they look for a smoke, but they give up on it. State reveals it. Shaker and Zeus actually staying under the cover of it. Disruptor as well. Can they bait any kind of action from C9? But I don't know what they're going to be baiting, because C9, they seem to be taking these fights time and time again. He goes Fata with the orb. He finds State. There's going to be your dream call. BKB popped in return straight away. State trying to chip away. Nice Fisher catching out too. There's your first Thunder God's Wrath. Hand of God in return. Static Storm onto Bone 7. They found 1 kill so far into the Clockwork. Where's Eternal Envy? Let's keep our eyes on him. He's found Clutch, a huge mana void onto Clutcher. It's not enough to bring him down. There's your bashes. That's going to be a godlike AM now. Glimpse back from Disrupt. I don't think you want to be glimpsing that guy back. Or maybe they do. Maybe they can find the kill here. I think E can continue to fight. No, he's going to blink out. He's going to blink out for the time being. Is he going to go back in? Blink's available. Hook shot is going to get whiffed by the Clockwork. Vata in the jungle to the side. E says, lads, let's get back on with the push. Heads out the fight, heads to the top lane. Blink straight out. And I think there was a buyback. Did Clock buy back? Yeah, Clockwork did buy back in that fight. So we're getting to the portion of the game where buybacks are coming out left, right, and center. And C9, they did lose 2 heroes there. And I think out of the last few team fights we've seen, SFC probably going to be okay with that one.
Yeah, definitely. It's okay. Anti-Mage usually isn't going to get a whole lot more items in this. So this does leave some space for Sniper to catch up. He is going Butterfly himself, which is a great item choice. Gives him a lot of evasion. That's great against Anti-Mage because Anti-Mage never wants to buy an MKB. It doesn't really fit into his items. It's one of the heroes that has too many things that he wants, and True Strike just doesn't quite fit into it. So it should give Sniper some of the that he was needing before.
Yeah, it certainly looks like it. 35 to 27, 45 minutes. Let's have a look at the old graphs. XP graph, it's been up and look at that graph. That is a bit of art, that. I mean, up and down, up and down.
Wow.
So I don't think I've seen a game progression like that in a long time, and gold-wise as well. Up and down, but C9, I mean, if you look at the graph, it's the first time in the whole 45 minutes that it's going to be heading confidently in their advantage. XP-wise, though, it's still quite a way off. 8k advantage to SFC, and I mean, how are they maintaining it? Is it the fact that, well, they're not even capping out? I don't know, Purge, you're the man with the knowledge and the stats. What's going on in the terms of the graph? Why is it still an 8k lead for SFC?
Probably, you know, I'm not entirely sure. I might have to think about it a little bit. It seems like the fights are going pretty neutral, and C9, I don't know if they're higher levels. All their EXP is on Anti-Mage maybe, so maybe that's what it is, that Anti-Mage's experience isn't getting higher now. It's capped. And that was most of their EXP game. It could be something like that.
Yeah.
He's already 25, his EXP doesn't go higher, therefore it's a little misleading, I think.
Yeah.
Well, it's a good representation, but it would be continuing in C9's advantage, I believe, if the Anti-Mage could gain more experience. I assume that you can't keep gaining experience on the graph once you're 25. That's my initial guess.
No, yeah, I think you're right in that sense. I think, yeah, it does cap out at 25, and it doesn't theoretically work out the XP for you. It's just wasted XP. Hookshot into the Sniper. There's the glimpse back defensively, bringing Bone 7 out of this. He's blinked in, though. BKB's been popped left, right, and center. Can he find the bash onto State? He really wants a bash. Oh, he's got the Abyssal Blade. He drops it down. The stick is dropped onto the head of Sniper. It's not enough. Blinks out. And Static Storm, not going to get a lot accomplished this time. No one's dead so far. Fisher onto Fata. Can SFC jump in onto this one? I don't think they can. Yeah, a bit of a stalemate there at the end of the day.
Yeah, they all countered each other's abilities. Countered Bone 7 initiating with the glimpse. As soon as he had a super good escape there, as soon as his BKB was about to be out, the Disruptor dropped the ult and he blinked at about the same time with his BKB up. So
misery! Oh, in the trees! Oh, I don't know what he was doing there, but a Fisher and an Assassinate to his face. And
they killed that war, that's what they did.
Yeah,
it's not safe when their whole team is alive and they have all these blinks though, so.
Wow. I mean, it's not a huge kill, but I mean, it turns a 0-0 team fight into a 1-0, so SFC. That'll be
more experience advantage.
Indeed, closing in on that. Let's have a look at the graphs again. Are they updated? Yeah, not really in terms of XP. We're back, bang on 0 difference in terms of gold gain. And I guess, even though the anti-mage is really fun, it's just proportionally, in terms of how it's shared across the teams, SFC, they're kind of on a much more even level with each other. And they're on a level that's higher than the rest of the 4 heroes on the side of C9 in terms of farm.
And even Zeus is getting closer to more and more dangerous items. Zeus is an easy target for AM to go on lately. Almost every single fight I see AM very easily kill Zeus, drain his mana, and then blow him up. And he doesn't have a Force, he doesn't have a Ghost Scepter, he doesn't have a Yules. He doesn't have a way to delay Anti-Mage killing him, and it looks like he's building a BKB, and that will be a solution, because a lot of Anti-Mage's damage does come from the multiple illusions mana burning. So once he gets Magic Immunity, he doesn't have to worry about the mana burn anymore. He can continue casting spells and hopefully do more for his team during the team fights, other than the double ult. But that's the issue, right? He double ulties, and he's missing all of his mana, and then AM's like,
yes,
all right, time to die.
He's like, all right, spread your legs, Zeus, I'm coming in. And yeah, Mana Void is pretty brutal after you've got your combo off. Oh, 27-36. This gets a 49-minute game. Seen as well. I don't want to jinx it, Purge. But you know what we haven't had for a long time?
Roshan?
No. Even more sinister than that. We haven't had an old pause in quite a while. But I don't want to jinx it. So let's just keep down the low down. I don't want the DDoSs to hear and go, oh, hey!
Definitely not.
We haven't DDoS these guys in a while. Let's hit them up with something. Yeah, come
Our
on.
aim is 6-slotted, by the way.
Okay.
So it's not going to get any better than here, other than maybe... I feel like he has to keep this BKB even if it goes down to 5 seconds. I'm always so tempted to do that. When I play pubs, I'm like, oh, it's only 5 seconds. Maybe if I buy a heart, it'll be better. You know, something like that.
Quista. Is he in trouble here? He's trying to take the Ancients. There's your hook. Oh, the hook shot! Bone 7! Oh.
And he keeps farming.
Oh, Quista, he might turn this around. Gets lifted up.
There's him on their side. I guess burned, though.
Oh, misery. Full stuff. He's going to be fine. EE with a double damage. They don't want to fight by the looks of it, C9 at this point.
Yeah, once you miss your initiation, it gives them an extra couple seconds to catch up to where you are, and then it makes the ganks a little bit tougher. So really good, what's the word? Training? I don't know. Really good control from C9 there to be able to back off as soon as they miss their first initiation. So a lot of people will be like, oh, I missed the first, whatever, we're going to force this. But that extra 3 seconds, they get there, they're able to catch up. The fissure block, for example, wouldn't have been as severe if they grabbed the hook right off the bat. So
No, apparently not. I mean, C9, do you think, in terms of which ways this game can go, do you think Cloud9 are in a very safe position? You know, they've got a set of racks, the team fights as a whole keep going their way. I mean, SFZ to turn it around, the main threat is this bristleback. But C9 each fight, they've kind of been ignoring the bristleback, haven't they? Or do you feel it's still the sniper with the damage out? But now he's got a demon edge.
I think it's both. He's almost got MKB here. His damage is going to get really good. C9 is completely rested on the anti-mage, and like we talked about for the experience, he's not getting any stronger here. His items don't get better. He has to. And C9 is going to start peaking off with their 1-core strat here. Well, it's a 2-core really because it's Puck. But Puck went for teamfight. He grabbed an Eggs. And he's got a refresher now, which I don't even know what that's going to be for. I guess 2 dream coils. And interesting, I've never seen a refresher on Puck ever. Because generally you decide that his abilities aren't so strong that it's worth refreshing anything. But when you have an Eggs, I could argue that it is. So if what Puck should do, if possible, this would be the ideal C9 teamfight. Dream coil, 4 heroes. Well, 1 hero is really far away. Everybody piles on that 1 hero, and then Puck can again refresh, Dream Coil, keep everybody in the same position when they're ready to continue the fight. If he can segment the fight in any way, it'll do a lot for C9 because it'll allow Anti-Mage to pick people off one by one. And once a couple of heroes are dead, preferably one of the 2 carries, then E can go back in. But if there's 2 carries alive and they're only picking off 1 or 2 supports, then the fight gets a lot tougher. Especially because Sniper is going to start getting 5 and 6 slotted, and the Bristleback is going to finish an Abyssal Blade soon, which makes things even more dangerous for E.
Oh, wow, yeah. Okay, yeah. With the Abyssal Blade, yeah. If they can find that control onto the anti-mage, he certainly is going to be in a spot of bother.
Even Zeus is the same thing. Zeus can also farm items. You know, it's dangerous. We have Bone 7 picking up a Hex at least, so that gives them another Disable to deal with. They can stop Glimpse, or they can initiate on Sniper and then prevent his BKB, which is a really cool idea. I'm amazed that he's been able to farm that, but it's still not looking amazing for C9. They've got to execute the team fights right. If they do this sloppy at all, they're going to continue getting more and more behind.
Indeed. And talking about sloppy, here comes EE. What's he going to do? He's gonna just...
Saying he's sloppy? What are you saying?
It was a really bad kind of link on. There's nothing really sloppy about EE at this point. He's pretty scared. Damn scary. Oh, he's going on the Zeus. Okay, hook shot as well. Bone 7 tag teams himself in. That's going to be a Zeus down. The Zeus does have buyback. EE, Objective Gaming gets glimpsed back though into the static storm. Can they kill him? Can they kill EE? They need to kill him. There's your Echo Slam. There's your double O.
Great
whoa. Oh my Jesus. Oh my God. It was a steal, but it wasn't enough at the end of the day. And the send back. What? EE doesn't die. He doesn't purge. What?
What a play, man. That was a double kill. Zeus bought back as well, and sure, yeah, he did buy back because he died right at the start of that. Good initiation by E. He saw the squishy heroes. Those are the ones he's got to go on. Zeus, Disruptor, or Shaker. One of those 3. Jump on him with the Abyssal Blade, blow him up really fast. And he got him. And they countered, but a great send back by No Tail. Keeps him alive. No death there on E. No gold gain for SFZ. They don't get another item on their heroes. Really, really big save there that gives C9 a bit more advantage. And this is what they're so good at. Poking and prodding where they have advantages. They don't overextend. They don't take bad team fights. They have so much refinement and finesse. They're such a good team.
I mean, you've got to agree that this kind of evenness of this matchup is something that the betting sites didn't predict. A lot of favour towards C9. Obviously having a larger fan base, but SFC, Yeah, certainly playing at a level that C9 is certainly being tested at. Bottom lane, Misery.
Yep.
He needs to be careful. He's a little bit on his own. He's got a 4-star in him and Blink. So perhaps he knows he's fine. He's going to start pressuring down the top lane. Sitting on a lot of money, but as you said, he's capped out. Not a lot he can do, apart from drop the BKB, which, as you said, and I agree with, isn't really going to be the favourable choice at this point, because it's pretty key to allow him to roam around in these team fights when they kick off. And the high ground defense from SFZ been pretty much on point so far.
Yeah, Bristol actually opted for an AC over the Abyssal Bladed Sling. It gives him way more survivability. He's only got 14 base armor, so an extra 15 is going to do a lot. Not to mention the armor to his support heroes, like the Disruptor, even the Zeus, will give him more survivability against AM's largely physical damage. So, pretty good item choice there. Abyssal Blade as well, he might not even have mana for it, and it costs 150, so if he's mana drained, that's a bit of a waste, whereas AC guarantees his viability by having the item. It gives him more damage, all that good stuff. Ward Down's going to spot Bone 7. Maybe they'll be going in. He uses the butterfly.
Oh, blink it from me! Straight onto Earthshaker. There's your Abyssal procced. And there's actually the Mana Void as well, just to ensure he's dead. Buyback straight away from the Earthshaker. They're throwing down the Static Storms. It was, in fact, Misery's Static Storm that followed that one up. No one's dead yet on the side of C9, and they're going to be able to get away from this. So they're slowly... It's the slow siege. They kind of go in, they chip away, they find a kill, they force a buyback, then they get themselves out, prepare themselves, wait for the Mana Void and such to come back off cooldown and the Abyssal Blade to be available again. And then I guess they just go in and maybe doing this, just taking it carefully, knowing that if a full 5-on-5 team fight kicks off, SFC very well might find the upper hand. Perhaps this is the best thing for SC9 to do at this point.
I think so. I mean, they're not losing anything from this. Anti-Mage is just getting more and more buyback gold. They're forcing Zeus to repeatedly buy back, and that prevents him from getting 6 slotted. That's the important thing. It's like they're ganking the heroes on SFZ that'll give them a hard time in the late game, and they're doing a great job at it, continuing to get kills, more split pushing. They're only 1 racks down, but the pressure that's going on to SFZ feels a lot stronger than that, doesn't it?
It really does. It certainly does. And the fact, yeah, as you said, it feels like they're pretty much mega creeps at this point, because C9... They're just finding the ability to keep this lane push. I guess it's just this anti-mage. Eternal Envy just heading into every lane, making sure the creep equilibrium is as favourable as it can be for his team. And there we go, blink into Sniper. BKB pot straight away. Can he find this kill? He's trying his best. BKB's going to run out fairly shortly, but he's able to blink out. There's the glimpse though. That's a massive glimpse. That's a Static Storm. Eternal Envy's in a lot of trouble. He does have buyback. He might need to think about doing it if SFC decides to go on the aggressive now. But that's an anti-mage down for over 90 seconds. And, well, SFC, I mean, can they go for the push, or do you think the rest of C9 can keep them pressured into their base?
I think they're just going to keep getting pressured. The Shine Creeps did get teleported to the bot lane, so they won't be able to push top, but you've still got Clockwork Rockets doing split push and things like that. And they definitely have control of their jungle. Even Fada's kind of scary with the items he has. He doesn't do a huge amount of damage, but he has tons of disable, and he's just going to make sure this lane doesn't come up. He wants to keep the pressure on, and he wants to make sure that they can't leave their base, and they don't want to force E to buy back here, because it puts you in a dangerous position, because then you've got, like, oh, your anti-mage, he died a second time, he's dead for 120. Now he's really dead.
State in the jungle. Is he going to shrapnel? Go on, throw shrapnel down. There we go. Are we gonna go? Is he gonna sense it? Oh, there we go. Hee. Ha ha ha. Bone 7, but Bone 7 is gonna bone him. Oh, nothing to stop the TP today. Oh, there is a glimpse.
Whoa, glimpse.
There's a glimpse. Oh, Bone 7. He turns the sniper into a pig. But oh man, Disruptor still making the plays. 58 minutes in. Smoke up as well. Can they find this puck? I think that's what they're looking for. They're not gonna find him this time.
This is the first time they've been in their jungle in like 40 minutes here.
It really is.
Sniper gets to kill jungle creeps?
Oh, Puck! He just revealed himself in the lane. They know he's there. Eknar, is he going to go for his Fissure? Oh, the Fissure! It's not enough.
Alright, they will now.
Yeah.
Just ulti it? There you go. Alright, Fada's in trouble. That should be it.
That's a big...
Nicely done.
These are some big kills. I mean, they find the anti-mage, they find the clockwork, and now they've found the Puck as well.
Yeah, that's big.
Oh, Bristol back. Misery. I don't know if you can fight this. Oh, he's got anti-mage, actually. And with an anti-mage, maybe so.
It's not even gonna steal quills. What a waste. It's a terrible spell, frankly. If you're playing like a Rubik or something, there's no point. If you can get goo, it's maybe useful, but Bristol's not a good hero to play as Rubik against. There's nothing good.
No, I mean, there's a lot of spells that are nice, I guess, this game, but yeah, Bristol.
Yeah, not that one.
Not that one. Not that one
Zeus,
at all.
Zeus got a new item finally. He's got a
What's he got? Oh, hello.
If the bashes stop ever, he can ghost himself. They'll take more anti-mage damage.
That's the thing, isn't it? Yeah, the mana
as
void.
we've been seeing, though, the mana drain is not that bad as he initiates. It's really if Zeus casts spells in addition to the mana drain. So I think it's worth it for the Ghost Scepter because the mostly ease damage is the right click right now. He's even got an MKB. He did sell something Battle Fear for that one. So his push isn't as good, but he's more able to deal with butterflies and things like that.
Yeah,
more mana issues, though, because now he's got no mana regen.
Oh dear. Oh dear. C9, they're looking for the Roshan. It's not going to be up quite yet. And even if it was, I mean, do you think he drops the BKB for the Aegis and we see some kind of next level passing on to the BKB when he comes back for the second time in a fight?
I can see that because his BKB really barely prevents him. He has to use it as he initiates in case the Static Storm comes. And it seems like they've had success glimpsing him back into Static Storm anyways, so I dare say that a Second Life is going to be far better than BKB, because it's going to force them to either do tons of Earthshaker stuns just to kill him, or they're going to have to use Static Storm. So if he has another life on top of that, they should be out of his early. He might be able to... I think it's definitely worth dropping the BKB temporarily to get the Aegis. I agree with that.
It would certainly be something I can see pulling out the bag, and Big Daddy, he's resorted to being the Roshan checker this game. He's just chilling. And he's going to wait it out. It's going to be a little bit... yeah, it's about a minute or so until that's back up, just under.
Do you want to play the guess who has a lot of gold in their bank game?
Go. How do I win?
Without checking. You have to guess the right hero. Who's got a lot of gold in the bank?
I feel like I've cheated, or I just clicked on anti-mage and he's got 7k, but I wonder if it's a trick question.
Oh, it's a trick question. It's Rubik.
Oh wow, let's have a look.
Oh well, he had 5k gold.
Mate, he's got 2.5. Oh yeah.
So now he's got 2.5.
Oh, of course he did. Of course he did.
He had 5k.
Oh yeah.
No, seriously, he just bought it down and checked the courier.
Yeah, sure. Oh yeah. Oh, okay, yeah. Yeah, he's got that Dagon on his way. So Dagon on a Rubik, 61-minute pickup. The Dagon could have gone for a sheep. Is Dagon the thing you need, and why?
Yeah, you know what? I'm gonna agree with that one. I feel like Hexes. I mean, they are lacking damage though. So if you get Hex, you can disable somebody, but you've got no damage, and their issues are damage here. So maybe he's right grabbing the Dagon, especially because if he grabs a good spell that does nuke damage, like a bolt or something, they could definitely pick people off. He's pinging the crap out of the Bristleback here. He wants to go. There's the initiation.
Oh, Bristleback, can they take him down? Raid boss initiated. There's your Abyssal Blade holding him in place. There's your Mana Void. There's your BKB. There's your Hand of God. Can they chase him down? They need some bashes or a Fissure stolen by Misery. That will do the job.
Wow.
That will kill the Bristle. 2 minutes down and off the board. Looking at the buyback status, the reason for him being dead is he doesn't have enough gold. He's 180 gold short. Oh, that is going to hurt.
That's because he just got his Abyssal Blade there. Big stuns though, huge Fissure steal as well. Misery is playing this solo off to the side, dropping wards down, waiting for the Fissure, stealing the Fissure, and then blocking things off. He's even going to de-ward. He might get caught though. Good 4-stat. I think he'll be okay. Worst case, he can turn around and dag on them.
Oh dear. Well, the push is going to come in again on the mid lane. Eternal Envy. He's going to go for Roshan. It does finally come back up. And is he going to drop his BKB for this one? No, actually, Puck takes the Aegis. Cheese still on the ground.
Well, you know what? Who needs an Aegis when you have 8,000 gold that you can't spend on anything and you got boots to travel? There's no point.
Yes, that's a good point.
That's a thought pattern. That's something we didn't think about. It makes perfect sense. You're dying?
Yeah.
Whatever. Boots to travel back in. You've got 8,000 gold to spend on buybacks until the end of the game. The only downside is the anticipating the death, the fight after your next death, you know, where you're dead for 120. So he's got to be a little careful, but he should be fine. They're going to spot anti-mage here.
He's got a double damage, so SFC probably going to be careful about jumping into that one. And I think, yeah, as you were saying as well, the fact they don't give the Aegis to anti-mage, and the fact that Fata's got it, it's going to give him the opportunity to get off the double Dream Coil if they do burst him down.
Hey,
so.
What happened to Sniper's Butterfly? He had a Butterfly, did he not?
Did
he sell it?
I guess he did. He's changing up the items. I'm pretty sure he did. Static Storm on the mid lane onto anti-mage. Oh dear, take a lot of burst damage, but he gets sent back by Big Daddy on the Chen.
Nice job.
Nice job indeed. Oh, hello, Misery.
Yo, I swear he had a Butterfly though. I'm not crazy, right? I remember seeing a Talisman Evasion and a Quarterstaff.
Yeah, he definitely had those two. I'm sure he finished it. Oh, talking about finishing things, they want to try and find the Sniper. Mana Void's not going to do a lot. Sniper with the Scard, he actually got a fair bit of intelligence. And it's going to take a fair few punches to bring him low enough to get that big damage burst out. What's the plan here? Bristleback leading the charge. Fissure from Rubik. Blink out straight away. Quista, can he find a fight here? And is this a fight that they want to find? Misery getting fairly low. Blink out from Eternal Envy. C9 obviously don't want to be a part of this engagement. They're going to back out for the time being. And bottom lane, Butter just trying to do what he can in terms of being annoying and keeping the pressure as these creeps come in. And, well, we're going to start seeing the upgrades coming out on the Dagon. Level 3 Dagon now, picked up by Misery. Just keeping a spare bit of gold in the bank. Keeping himself close to buyback. Still 200 gold short at this point in time. But other than...
just for Ghost Scepters, he can actually do a lot of damage with that.
Yes, I guess so.
There's a lot of Ghost Scepters on
That is
SFZ.
true. Yes, I
Just
guess that's the thought
goes
between the Dagon. Oh, hello, EE. Goes straight in. He wants to get the tower. He's going to get it. Does get glimpsed back, but I don't think he's going to be too annoyed with that. Bit of tower goal.
Actually, you see what happened there? He got sent back due to Chen, but the glimpse actually sent him by the Ancients.
Oh, I didn't see the send back from the... Oh, okay.
Yeah. It was the Chen send back. They were just poking in, basically, and they can keep doing this until the game ends. Do the Chen send back, run in, hit buildings for 200 damage, get sent back, repeat. But they made it easier because they glimpsed him like 3/4 of the way across the map there. It was like a double teleport.
Oh, but 65 minutes. This game, it's... I mean, if SFZ can find a good team fight, it's going to be something to write home about. Quista. I guess the thing, though, with this Bristleback, they can defend really well. With the sniper as well, just chipping away at the creep waves. I mean, yes, C9 can pressure the lanes in, but SFC, they can clear the creep waves pretty quick each time.
Okay, Courier's dead. It doesn't buy anything. Let's see what it was going to... Probably Daedalus for Sniper. Yeah, Sniper had 5k here. He really wanted to pick up a Daedalus, and this is one good thing that C9's doing. And they keep... Look at the wards. They keep putting wards up in places that are going to spot the Courier going to the secret shop. And that's going to mean that despite them catching up, they're not going to be able to secure that gold lead by buying the items. It's like a more... It's a not very often seen way to hurt your opponents in Dota, but just containing the secret shop is really helping them. Maybe they even need to go to the enemy secret shop, do a crazy Courier flyby.
Maybe that will be the ticket. I mean, he does, yeah. Anytime the AM jumps in at the moment, he's kind of losing out in the fights. As we see now, AM jumps in. He does get called back by the Chen, though. And, well, maybe looking to go on the bottom. Going on Fata here. Can they catch him out? He's a little bit too nifty. And starting to upgrade the Dagon as well himself. So, I think, yeah, as you said,
really good.
Definitely capitalizing on these Ghost Scepters picked up by the side of SFC.
And he's already got a refresher, so he could actually do Dagon, refresh, Dagon. That's 1600 magic damage for like 200 mana or something like that. It's about, it'll be like 400 plus refreshers. So he easily has the mana pool, and that's like enough to kill anybody that's a Ghost Scepter easily.
That's a hell of a lot of damage that's going to come from Fata. I mean, who do you think, in all reality, who do they jump in first, C9? They've been trying to catch out the sniper each time. Do you think he's your kind of focus to start the fights off?
Well, they're definitely focusing on trying to just take buildings right now. But when the fight actually happens, I think we'll see AM go on any of the supports. I think Sniper's scary here, but maybe I'm wrong here. If they can kill the Sniper at the start of the fight, the other heroes are going to be fine, because Bristleback has a lot more issues with chasing than Sniper does. But I don't know. It's a hard call here. You got to look for the opportunities. Who's out of position is going to be target number one. Number two is maybe Sniper if Sniper's out of position. But then if none of those apply, then you're looking for supports. So it's going to be tough.
I think, yeah, this definitely seems to be one of those games where it's not really going to be who gets the best jump. It's going to be who kind of messes up. And Rubik, well, I think he's just volunteered himself for that role. Misery getting caught out there. And that's going to be Gem on the floor as well. Are they going to go pick it up?
Whatever. 68 minutes, man. Gems,
yeah, he needs a gem.
It's probably like 8 gems in this game already. They probably have 3 in their base.
Well, they get it anyway.
They can buy one.
He's got a couple in his backpack.
He does, one for each eye.
Sensible lad. Top lane. EE, can they find this kill onto Quista? And this would be quite nice. There is a buyback available, yeah. The BKB is going to protect him. Oh, now Static Storm. EE trying to turn it around with the right clicks, though. Echo Slam comes in just as the BKB is in the last few seconds of itself. Fata will go down, though. That's a 99-second cooldown on the respawn of the puck. And that, worth noting, is a puck that is 560 gold short of buyback. So, SFC, they're finding the fights.
Yeah. It was a much-needed blink on Disruptor there. Great blink ulti from him, but unfortunately AM popped the BKB a little bit before that, so no kill there. And good cleanup. They keep getting these kills on C9. This is why C9 is playing so scared, because they understand the point that they're in. Look, money has been spent now. Sniper's got his Daedalus.
Oh.
So he's pretty much 6-slotted, just maybe a BOTs. Not an item he necessarily wants to buy, because the attack speed from Treads is actually pretty welcome this late in the game. But he may need TV soon.
I guess the point as well being that they've not really pushed out of the base. They've not really left the base. So the teleportation isn't going to be a huge factor, at least for this point, unless they're until they're able to take some big kind of team fights and are going to start to look to push. So yeah, I think as you said,
that's
attack
where
speed's
things get
big.
tough though.
Yes.
I mean, when you're doing the sit in your base and turtle strategy, it's really difficult for C9 to take any buildings. But as soon as you start moving across the map, you have a lot more opportunities where people can get killed. And AM doing the thing he should be doing at this point, buy all the support items. Because again, he's not going to need money. There's pretty much no way that he's going to run out of money from buying back. So he might as well buy Observer Wards, Sentries, Gems, all that crap. Buy him for his allies. He can even buy TPs for his allies if he really wants to. All that stuff is something you can do in the late game. It's a marginal thing, but it can help. Get them support 6-slotted, you know?
Yeah, I mean, it's getting to the point where we are seeing 6-slotted action coming out across the board. And
No Tail's got an Axe. Doesn't have any large creeps yet.
Okay, maybe we'll see if he takes a little bit of a walk to the Ancients to find himself a new speciality. But I mean, at the moment, really, No Tail, he's definitely doing as much as a Chen can do 70 minutes in. He's just kind of been hanging back with the hand of gods. I mean, other than that, he can't really come into the fights, can he?
How about a refresher orb on Chen?
I think that's a good call.
800 HP team.
You know, arguably, it's better than the Vlad's maybe at this point, seeing as he's keeping himself so far back. If he wanted to.
Yeah, possibly. He won't get there, I don't think, into that farm. And maybe it's probably better to get a Sheep or a Blink, to be honest. But especially because you get Blink, send somebody back, force staff yourself away. That might be better. Saving his allies, if they don't have to buy back, that's like a 2,000 gold advantage every time. So, if not more. At this point in the game, buybacks are even more, I think. Like, oh yeah, it's about 2,100 gold per Fada. Yeah, about 2,100 gold for everybody. That's level 25 at least. Okay,
and there's your sheep stick. You're talking about Zeus getting the items online. Yeah, it's got a scythe himself. And
so he gave up on that. Oh, the Ogre Club's in base. He held this for so long. He's like, you know what? You haven't done shit for me, Ogre Club. You suck.
Rip the dreams of the BKB. But I mean, yeah, it's the only scythe that's been picked up so far, isn't it, on the side? Yeah. And the only other kind of lockdown they've got, obviously, is the Abyssal on this Bristle.
It's a good item to have, too, because BKBs are solo. They're going to try to poke in on the bot lane. They've got a ward up.
Or EE in the trees. Gets pinged out by the Bristle. Yeah, they know he's there. He's not going to be able to do any of his sneaky stuff this time. But we are starting to see C9 probably group out the most they have for the last 30 minutes. So maybe they're going to look for some kind of action here.
Man, Bone 7 really does love Mask of Madness.
Oh, wow, yeah.
The 72-minute Mask of Madness. Oh, he's hooking. Misses.
Oh,
they're going in.
He doesn't miss.
Big Hex.
Big Hex indeed. Hex, of course, from the Clockwork. Buyback straight away from Sniper because bottom lane. Misery starting to push in. Steals Enchant. Not bad on a ranged hero.
So that's the buyback from Sniper. He's got boots to travel here, but he can't buy back anymore. It's not that they accomplish that. They wait for Puck to respawn. They come back in. They focus Sniper no matter what. If they kill Sniper, fight's over. That Hex is so big from Bone 7, though. And that may be why he picked up Mask of Madness as well, because he wants the extra movement speed. And even taking more damage isn't the worst for him, because he's got Blade Mail to reflect it. So those two items are semi-synergistic. So he got on within range after the Abyssal Blade to Hex, which guaranteed the Sniper didn't move for another 3.5 seconds. That secured the kill, and that's really a Hex paying off. He's also going to farm with this quite rapidly, actually. So even though he's doing nothing not saying he's playing terribly or anything, but there isn't really a whole lot that Bone 7 has done in the last 20 minutes. You know, relatively compared to like E, for example. So he's just going to farm jungle camps. This will get him his next item and his next item. He bought a Quelling Blade and a Mask of Madness to farm at 70 minutes. It's like buying a 70-minute Midas, but better, you know. He can actually use the Mask of Madness. He can sell the Quelling Blade. He can buy an Ags or a Blink Dagger or something like that.
Oh, MKB picked up on the Bristle now. Gets rid of his S and Y. I guess pretty much 74 minutes in. S and Y is not going to do you a huge lot of favors, is it?
The main thing that it gives you is movement speed, and that's what's
Okay.
going to hurt him now. But he's going to guarantee hit the AM, and that's important when he has a basher and all this attack speed. He hits, it looks like he has a rapier right now, but that's really just a couple damage items in Warcry. He's actually a super nasty carry right now. They have to be careful about the bristle back. If he gets on top of any of the supports, they just die. So they can try to mess with that by using cogs and stuff like that, but I'm sure Bone 7's going to have other targets in mind than just disrupting the bristle from damage.
Top lane. STLV in the trees. Can he make a jump? No, they're going to back off bottom lane.
On the
Fight's
bottom
kicking
lane.
off. Farta is being sheeped up. That's going to be a kill onto the puck. Again, a long duration of death.
Hex paying off.
Indeed, these hexes pretty big for both sides, and pretty much what's guaranteeing them the kills each and every time. And no buyback on the puck, but again, it just feels like C9, they're not in a lot of trouble because I don't see SFZ pushing anywhere further than the river for the duration of this puck staff.
Yo, this is a 75-minute game.
This is
This is actually getting crazy.
Oh
It's-
boy.
It's hard to close out. They haven't done any damage to the buildings. They have good physical damage. They have really good wave push with Zeus. Zeus is one of the best large creep killers because Chain Lightning bounces so many times. It's just so difficult for C9 to push in. But again, this is their chance. Fada lives. They get an Aegis. They go for the push. They got to win the fight. If they don't win the fight, we're going to see another 10 minutes of this stuff. This enjoyable Dota.
Brilliant. Can't wait. Top stuff this. I hate it when their team fight. I just love it when they play passively.
Me too.
It gets me going.
10,000
Roshan.
gold on Eternal Envy.
Oh man, he's a little bit rich. Those second places paying
Aegis
off.
on Rubik.
And Aegis
Cheese
on
on clock is pretty good. Ooh, I think he has a perseverance. Probably going to be a refresher. I think a really good choice at this point in the game. You can refresh his long duration hook because he does of course have no eggs. You can refresh his sheep, refresh the force staff, and the blade mill. That's actually pretty scary with that much blade mill if you think about it. It's like 9 seconds of blade mill. That's definitely going to outlast BKB, so we could actually see Clockwork do a lot in the next fight. I really like the itemization from Bone 7 in this game. It's really smart. It's more utility rather than just typical, like, I'm going to brunt force you down Clockwork, which is easily countered by BKBs.
Yeah, we'll see what he's able to, what kind of wonders he's able to make work with it if they do decide to fight. And well, Big Daddy's starting to get the ancients in. He's got himself an ancient black dragon.
Those ones are terrible. They do almost nothing other than tank damage. They technically still they do slight cleave, but it does 64 damage. You know, that's how much a regular creep does. So it's really just a giant walking mass of HP. You really want the golems. Those are the best ones. They give you an HP aura. Even the lizards are better. I think they do a lot more DPS to towers than the black dragons do. But the lizards are pretty bad. It's by far the golems are the best ones.
And he still has some golems in his own camp, but I guess he's just not decided to check that one out.
The game has not been over there, if you haven't noticed.
No, oh, you really? Yes, it's pretty much been a one-halved map that they're using at this point.
Alright, AM bought a Daedalus.
Oh. Okay, what's he swapping out for that? The BKB? Is he getting rid of the BKB? Or the MKB? No.
You know, it might be the BKB, because whenever they jump on solo heroes, they need to kill them fast, especially when they BKB first. They need physical damage, so Daedalus would provide you more physical damage there. Also, he could maybe drop the MKB. Daedalus does a lot more damage than MKB does, and Daedalus also gives your illusions the chance to crit. Which means his illusions might do more.
Does he get rid? Oh yeah, top lane. Yeah, he does go in the Bristol back. See if he can find a fight. Yeah, the progression is mid and top. Eternal Envy getting very, very low, and he goes down. They find the kill. Farty gets sheeped up. He will go down as well. It's a double kill here for Sniper. C9, 2 heroes down, the puck and the anti-mage, and they just can't take the high ground. They tried to go for a bit of action left, right, and split the team of SFC. We saw, you know, a hook shot in the top lane onto the Bristol back to try and kind of shake SFC up. But then C9 went in mid.
No!
Oh, wow, we did so well. I think we've gone literally 58 minutes without a pause. I think it was 20 minutes we had the last pause, and now it's 78 minutes. And this is a long game of Dota, Purge.
Yeah, it really is. The 2 racks makes things not bad at all for SFC. 1 rack's down means almost nothing at this point.
Yeah.
It's really just, please feed me gold and experience on the bot lane. I will take it.
Does anti-mage... We're talking about the army drops for the Daedalus. Does he get rid of the butterfly, seeing as Bristleback and Sniper both have MKBs?
That's not a bad idea, actually. Yeah, that's a really good point. If anything, a heart would give him more survivability at this point, but it does still give him 30 agility, which makes his illusions hit decently hard. If he drops that,
Yeah.
His illusions hit a bit weaker. Not a huge amount, but it is attack speed for his illusions, importantly as well. So his illusions will be pretty bad when he drops the butterfly. It's a bit chancy. That what they need to do is finish the racks. They made some advancement here, but AM didn't have a Aegis there, so he's gonna have to wait to respawn, or he's gonna have to buy back. And actually, SFZ's finally leaving the base. They're going for it. They're gonna go try to take an advantage. Maybe racks, something like that. Force the buybacks at least.
Oh, hook shot. Top lane onto Quista. There's your Cypher as well. But this Bristleback fairly tanky. Here comes Big Daddy. Here comes EE. Can they find this kill? Abyssal Blade blown down on him. Yes, they can. Look at the damage. Oh, man. Wow. They blow through him. And he's down for 97 seconds. But that did require the AM buyback. And that's the first buyback we've seen in a good 20 minutes, probably.
Yeah, I think that's pretty worth it to kill the Bristle here. Does Bristle have buyback? He does have buyback,
yeah. So if if C9 decided to pressure off the back of that, Bristleback buys back, you might kill the anti-mage with a good disruptor static storm. I don't know, man. And he's down for 6 minutes. Well, he can't buy back at least, and it'll be pretty much over a 2-minute respawn time now at this point, won't it? With a buyback penalty.
Yeah, it'll be pretty big, but I mean, he's still got the money. It's just gonna have to wait a while. I don't know if they'll chance it or not. It's kind of dangerous for him to poke buildings now. The building did get kind of low, but it means refilling. It's at about almost 2/3 already. It's just gonna be a really tough kill. There's a ping from E says, probably saying I want to kill that, but I just don't know if he can. Daedalus, where'd that Daedalus go?
I think he's just chilling. It's on the courier still. Oh wait, oh, he's got a second courier. Right.
Oh, okay.
Oh, look at this.
Oh, and a Shadow Blade.
He's got a Shadow Blade. Oh, what's he going to be able to do with this thing? What's the plan with the Shadow Blade?
Gems still?
They've got to have that. Surely they've got gems out. Or have they put them back a bit? No, Earthshaker's still carrying a gem.
Okay.
Earthshaker's carrying a gem, and I'm sure... Well, in that sense, I don't know... I mean, what, could you really Shadow Blade sneak in and hit the racks when you're doing it against an Earthshaker with a
I just
gem?
don't think so.
No, it's
really not.
Maybe he's just splashing the cash and showing off because he doesn't need it. So...
Well,
getting a Shadow Blade.
is about 2 buybacks here. I'm a little concerned about him running out. It's unlikely, but there's a chance. Really, I just don't see the Shadow Blade doing that much. Unless, I mean, the positioning of Zeus has been really good. Whenever he pushes the bot lane, he stands right there. He doesn't get too close. He doesn't go over here. If he goes here, he can get jumped on.
Oh, hang on. They killed the courier. And that is Daedalus and his Shadow Blade on. Oh, man. 8,350 gold down the drain. Eternal Envy. It doesn't matter though, does it? Because he wasn't really going to do a lot with the items anyway. Blinking onto state.
Sniper gets blown up.
That matters. That definitely matters. He's got a buyback though. He has got a buyback with Sniper.
That was Mask of Madness right there. They bursted him so hard. 2 Dagon 5s and he was already down to like 20% HP. And from there, it's an easy pickup with a 1 stun. Big kill there. That's a buyback from Sniper. That was a 120-second cooldown, by the way. So that's added to his next respawn. We're looking at like a 200-second cooldown or something like that for his next respawn if he dies again. But they've got to kill him in the next 6.5 minutes or buyback is up again.
And this is
they don't get a lot of opportunities like that.
It's also 6.5 minutes where there's going to be 4 minutes at least that they're not going to be too aggressive themselves because, of course, Eternal Envy's still got buyback on cooldown. And Sniper, well, changing up the items again. Picks up a Mjolnir at this stage. Great against the defense.
Great choice.
Yeah.
He's like, wow, I just died because I had Mask of Madness on and took 30% more damage. Maybe I should buy an item that costs more but gives me pretty much the same attack speed. And that's what he did. It doesn't give him movement speed, but it gives him 80 attack speed, 24 damage, all this laning stuff. He does not actually have an orb, so this doesn't hurt him in any way at all. So grabbing the Mjolnir here is good. Another option is Butterfly. It doesn't give you as much attack speed. It gives you 60, but it gives you damage, it gives you attack speed. The evasion can be useful if they don't have MKBs on every hero. So Mjolnir's a good choice here. I think this is a good pickup. Good for counter pushing too. If things get worse, you've now got splash damage, so you should be okay. Definitely a good choice. At some point, Mask of Madness is not justified. I mean, it still gives more attack speed than the Mjolnir, but at this point, Mjolnir's better.
Well, upgrading the Dagons, getting the money invested, and let's have a look at the gold gain. It's 7.5. Not that it matters really in an 82-minute game. The gold is, it's going to be significant in terms of buybacks, but we're seeing on the buyback status, everyone has got the moolah to do so. It's just the AM and the Sniper who are waiting for those to come back off cooldown. Sniper's still a little bit short on gold, but in the 5 minutes, I'm sure he'll be able to find enough to close that gap. If he's able to find even just one pick off, it's going to put him well on the way to getting that buyback gold back up. Roshan nearly back up. It's going to be E hanging around the pit waiting for that one to happen. And, well, I mean, Purge. Are we going to see this game end anytime soon?
Well, if it's going to end anytime soon, it's going to be Sniper getting killed. That's what's going to happen.
Yeah.
And that's why he's sitting in base. If you've been watching in the last 2 minutes, he's actually sitting in his fountain because he knows that C9 winning the game is dependent on him dying right now because he'll be dead for 200 seconds. He's going to sit in his base for 4 minutes until his buyback's off cooldown. He's got to farm a little bit because he doesn't have buyback money. But once he gets buyback money, then they can continue going back into the stalemate of trying to hope that C9 does something incredibly dumb. They win a stupidly big team fight. I mean, if AM dies as well, they could win this. But I think, yeah, the AM respawn is much lower, 140 on his buyback versus the Sniper's 4 minutes.
Yes, that's one thing that C9 have definitely got in their favour at this point. And I mean, it's an 84-minute game. There hasn't been a single one picked up. Would a rapier help anyone at this point of the game?
It does increase your damage, so kind of. It's a little dangerous, but I mean, there's so much money in the game, I don't think it's that dangerous to play with rapiers here.
Okay.
But C9 is playing so safe, it's not really about raw team fights, it's more about poking. So items are a little bit less important. Or I would say items are moderately less important than positioning is. Positioning is really the resource that you're dealing with right now. Aegis helps as well, though, and C9's can pick one up when that respawns. Very, very short.
Well, coming up to the 84-minute mark, Roshan is going to be back up very, very shortly. Eternal Envy, he's going to be able to stand this one out, keep himself in the pit, and claim the Aegis for his team. Whoever decides to pick it up in a slot that they've got spare, maybe we're going to see it go the way of the Puck. Well, actually, no, Puck